Welcome to another edition of Chilling with Zone and Company. I'm your host, Zone, and as always, per usual, it's like a common reoccurrence thing. I got my boy Thad with me. Y'all know him, or let's correction. His name is formerly known as Slimmest Gaming One, aka Fatty Daddy, aka
God.
No Ego, or we can just say Ego. But it's my boy Thad with me tonight, or not night, daytime. It is 6 where we're at, and we're gonna have some fun. I wanted to talk to you, Thad, about games and how certain individuals are like growing up. You play games with your pops, whatnot. Everybody had their games, whether it been like the old Sega, Nintendo. Whatever it was, people played them. And one of the ones I played with my pops was, NBA Jams, before they really got into like the 2K, stick that they had. And I tell you, he won some games. And then once I figured out like how to actually win consistently, I realized that he wasn't going to play if I didn't let him win from time to time. So I would intentionally throw games, but I made it so believable and would like get mad that he believed it a lot of times. Now we're at this point, many years later, and 2K is a thing, and he's always talking about like, oh, let's play some basketball. He's thinking like the basketball game is very similar to NBA Jam, when the ball caught on fire, you running down the court, you dunking, breaking the glass, all that cool shit. It's not like that no more.
Definitely nothing like that at all. That's different.
And he's good at games. I give him that. He's definitely good at games when he actually sits down and plays. But he's like, at this stage, he's like, once I get the controller in my hand and study it, I'll master the game. Unfortunately, it's a lot easier than that. Not easier. It's a lot harder than that. You can have the controller. You can have the schematic.
Is he like my pops?
The blueprint.
Is he like my pops, where he'll make the controller jump when he's trying to do some shit, like he's trying to press a button and jump at the same time? So he'll do a whole motion with that shit.
I do that too sometimes, but yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man.
Like he got it. Like we played dominoes. Other people call it bones, whatnot. We played that. Right. He got it in dominoes. I can beat him in dominoes quite a bit. But he have it in dominoes. He has that. But video games, pops. I'll let you know. Yeah, that's not happening. Maybe your dreams, but even then, it'd be like a nightmare with Freddy Krueger. I'd be like, surprise, bitch! You thought you was with it.
Nah, honestly, I'll say this, right? I won't underestimate him. If like he said, he had preparation time. Like Batman need preparation time. So when it comes down to
Batman is his preparation time.
Nah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Yes, but if it's a new enemy that got the best, Bane got the best of him, slammed him, boom, broke his shit. Afterwards, he had to figure out, all right, this is what I need to do in order for me to make sure I could not have to worry about going through this shit again. Like,
that sounds nice.
He went from that point.
Listen,
all I'm saying is, I'm just saying, he might be decent if he has time to learn the controls, get his combos together, how to hit the 1-2 step back kind of thing, and then get the perfect release as well. Like it might take him some time. I'm just saying.
And all I'm saying is, how I play, and how you play. 1-on-1 games. He's not winning.
Shit. Okay. Yeah, you got a point. Nah, yeah. And I only play my career. I ain't gonna front. My player shit is my thing. I'm not a the team. What's that? My team. I don't do that.
Yeah, but even at the quick matches where you play against the team, we play it consistently. We played enough to the point where we know how to release the ball. We know how to do certain things. It's not that you can just push a button
on the fly.
Because back in the day, you just push a button and the guy just shoot it. It pretty much there was no real like practice and release.
Yeah, it was definitely based upon like
even now layup timing. You have to know how to do a layup. You have to time it right. Even the dunks. So again,
I dig it. I dig it. I can't even argue with that because y'all. Yeah, nah. Even depending on who you decided to run with, is going to be a more disrespectful than the other kind of situation.
I mean, if I bring out a power forward, I'm going to swat everything he does, trying to go into the rim. I'm still going to have defense. I'll be able to shoot threes, dunk on him, dribble past him. I do it all still. I mean, let's be realistic here. I can make a player for each position and play that position well to the as it needs to be played.
Yeah, I can dig it. Speaking of, I think I'm gonna do a power forward this year myself instead of doing a small forward.
Yeah,
because I usually play that role, and then I'm trying to also still grab boards because they put me at the power forward, even as a 6'6" fucking small forward. That shit is crazy.
My old man is calling us wannabe gamers.
And that's crazy. The wannabe gamers are on is dirty work. That's
the one
crazy.
who still needs to get a system.
Yo, damn. So what is his preference when it comes down to system? Would he even have a preference when it comes down to systems kind of thing? Like that's the question. That's a real good question.
Let's see. Growing up, we had Nintendos. We had PlayStations, and I got into the Xboxes.
So he would be a PlayStation person.
He may be more of a PlayStation player when it more than anything versus the Xbox.
You know what you got to do next time y'all link up? You got to just bring both controllers and ask him which one feels better in your hands, and let him decide from that point. Because that'll determine exactly how comfortable he's gonna be able to.
My little cousin to let him borrow one of his controllers and see which one feels good in his hand.
Word. Yeah, you can do that too. That way, you know what I'm saying, you can determine from there how, and I'm not at Xbox is better, PlayStation better. No, just what feels more comfortable so you can not have excuses about how the controller feels. And why you can't fill out, why you can't time your shit.
Who? Jocelyn had Xbox? She'd probably play like Minecraft. If you really count that as like playing Xbox, but hey, to each they own. To each they own. Or she probably played like Roblox because she is pretty young. Mm-hmm. Oh, I was went to the store and I was looking at the chips because I like my chips. Believe it or not, so I like my chips. But I was looking at a bag of chips. They got those like hot Cheetos, those hot fries.
Yeah.
$2 bags. They're like $2.99 now. They're like $2.99 now. And I was looking at the bag of chips that used to be $1. Oh, $1 bag of chips, same size, nothing's changed, but they're no longer 99 cents. At one point, they were like $1.19, $1.50, which was fine. I was like, okay, extra 50 cents, which I mean, in reality, it shouldn't be fine because it doesn't cost them that much to make it. But then I was looking at the bag today, and that same dollar bag is almost like $3. And then they have that big $2 bag. You go to the store, you got those like the $2 bag of chips, whatever. Or like I said, $2.99 now. Still a little bit more than the dollar size bag, but way more stuff. And I'm sitting there like, why is this bag almost cost more than the small bag? Actually, I took a picture of it. Let me see if I can show it on the screen.
For that extra. They charge it for that extra air they put in that bag. That's all it is.
Let me see. See if you guys see that.
They literally, I've seen so many of these shits that not only did the taste change and the quality like of most of the snacks, like Gushers taste like nothing now. Like fucking
those some of the bags chips right there. Big difference in price.
Oh shit, you talking about Cheetos for real, and Cheetos hot fries? Oh okay, I thought you were talking about them other hot fries. I forgot.
No, the hot fries. Those are still $1 or something, $1.19 or whatever. Those hit. Those hit.
I still fuck with those.
Those hit.
I still fuck with those. Shit, I can't say that I've tried any of the new like the new Chester Cheeto shit. None of that shit.
I mean, none of this stuff tastes the same. If you really think about it, none of this shit tastes the same like it did back in the day. Like you go get a honey bun from like the gas station, this shit tastes like fucking plastic. None of it tastes the same. They completely changed the recipes of everything. But we're making it healthy. No, you're just making it more unedible. And half the stuff you buy now, you know, the processed foods, also, if you look at the back, it all says bioengineered ingredients or bioengineered stuff into it. So that means they're making shit in the labs and popping it into your food, which that shit I typically don't fuck with no more. Anytime I something I used to eat and I happen to check the back and it says bioengineered, I put that shit right back. I'm like, nope, I'm good. I don't know what the fuck you're putting in that shit to make it bioengineered. Like I'll pass. Like I'm just making myself at home. I know what's in it.
I can't do that. Nah, yeah, you can't trust snacks no more. That's when it's sad. It's sad as fuck. And I sound fat, and I'm definitely not. That's the crazy.
You sound like a big back, but you're a skinny back.
I should be a big back with the amount of shit that I eat and the amount of bullshit that I eat as well too. Like,
yo, chat. Side note, make sure you guys are like interacting with my dragon, my pet dragon I have, which is great. For those who are listening to the podcast, when I stream, I have this pet dragon that has a identity crisis. He thinks he's a cat and a dog at half the time, but he's a dragon. But you will hear him verbally say, "The pup goes woof," or the cat. I'm like, "Yo, you're a dragon, bro. You're going through a crisis change."
Yeah, what's going on with you? Crazy ass.
And you know, and I picked a dragon, and so he has like all dragon stuff. But for some reason, the AI configuration has him thinking he's a cat and a dog, which I don't know.
Pet dog. Wait, what?
No, he thinks he's a cat. And that was an old TV show, by the way. I used to love that cartoon on Nickelodeon. Yo, so I remember us talking about this before, or I may have mentioned it to you, like on a brief passing type thing. But do you vaguely remember like or all those TV shows they start that they cancel and then they just up and cancel it? I definitely feel like they are not capitalizing on that market. Like those like the one series wonder shows, like the ones that have like a real good series, one season on Netflix or on TV, and they're like, we're canceling it. They leave it on a cliffhanger. Yeah. And you're like, yo, what the fuck? And then nothing ever gets resolved. I feel like every show like that deserves to have a movie. Like you cannot end a show that is that good that everybody loves just on a cliffhanger without giving anybody any closure. I feel like there should always be a production done. If it's like, hey, all right, we're gonna end it here. It's not really picking up like we wanted it to, so let's end it. All right, cool. Well, we're gonna end it with a bang. I feel like all those shows that end like that should get at least an hour and a half long movie that like just kind of gives it kind of closure to that series a little bit. They're still going to be making money, like a little mini episode, a little mini movie. Like, all right, the season's over, but hey, this show is dropping a little mini movie, and you can put it on a regular television or put it on a streaming platform. Either way, but you're still giving people closure for that series or that whatever that show it is. You know, ending, especially if it was like especially if you get a show that's like 3 seasons and like that they build up to like, oh, the 4th season is gonna be great, and then they end in a cliffhanger, and then like halfway through the year you're waiting for that 4th season. You're like, oh yeah, by the way, we're canceling, and you're like, yo, yeah, I know you motherfuckers are playing with me. They did that shit to Lucifer.
Oh yeah, that is true.
They did that shit to Lucifer, and luckily Netflix picked it up. But I feel like besides other platforms that, you know, streaming service or whatever it is, picking up a show, I definitely feel like they should give that show, an anime show, whatever it is, they should give it like an hour long closure at the end. You know, like a wrap up. Like, okay, it's not gonna be the full complete ending, but we're gonna get you to a point where you can pick it up somewhere else. If it's like a show that someone made, you can't. But if it's like based off a book, that might entice them to pick up the book and read it. And you know, they're making a lot of movies off of books these days. Like I've listened to so many audiobooks because I am dyslexic, so I tend not to read too many books, but I listen to them. And some of these books I'm listening to, I can envision being a movie. Like they would be really fucking good. there's this one that reminds me of kind of Harry Potter a little bit, but it's not Harry Potter. I think it's called the Elemental Academy or something like that. It gives you like a Harry Potter kind of vibe, but it's certain like halfway through you realize that this is nothing like Harry Potter, but it's good as fuck. And I think it's like eight. I think they did like 8 books, which is almost like the same length as Harry Potter.
Nah,
but
I got nah.
they fucking hit.
Hold on. For the record, if y'all been catching that fucking My Vampire System little videos and AI shit that they put up, them motherfuckers are not telling the truth of what the fucking story is going on. If you go and listen to it or read it, well, I said listen to it. So, you know what I'm saying? It's a digital book. But y'all need to find out for your fucking selves. Because for the beginning part of it, when I first read it, or listened to it, I keep saying that. When I first listened to it, it was a legitimate little video parts to it at that particular time. But the way that the story actually plays out is something that is way more built upon. Like you have to legit sit down and envision that shit. Because after a certain point, the video stops and it's just straight up person just reading and it's a blank screen. Well, not a blank screen, but like a little title screen. Yo, check out that shit. I'm not going, hey, go over that, because I ain't getting paid. We not getting paid from none of them motherfuckers to actually promote their apps. But
if you're willing to promote us, hey, I'm not saying no. I'll gladly endorse you.
Where to go, who you should listen to, the whole nine.
I mean, I don't mind telling people where to go to listen to stuff because, hey, I'm all about if it's something good and I feel like that series should get some attention. Yeah,
if you look that story up, it's only going to pop up on one particular app. So I'm not going to name the app because we're not getting paid from it.
Yeah,
but there's quite a few good books on there. The only thing
although
don't
you
put
can find
money into that shit.
You can find it other places.
You did tell me that.
You can find other places. I'll mention Audible because I use Audible quite a bit because my dyslexia. But Audible, actually, that series, I think it's up to chapter 40 something. They have it on Audible. There's another series I think you would actually like. It's very similar to, or it's not completely similar to it, but it's a really good book on Audible. It's called My Werewolf System. That shit, fire.
I feel like that it's crazy because that's just the inverse of what the fuck it is. So I definitely would listen to it. Because I'm a fan of werewolves more than vampires anyway. But
that's just good. I'm waiting on the next book right now.
Still at the same time. I'm a hybrid. Feel me?
Hybrid.
I come from a family of werewolves and daywalkers. They just wound up fucking.
Motherfucker think he's an original.
Me.
Yeah, I've ever seen that show. That was good too. The original. I really upset they kind of ended it. They could have went pretty far. Same thing with Legacies. It was like the after the original. It was like the daughter and like other supernatural beings. That was actually a pretty good fucking show too. I like that.
Natural.
Yes. Supernatural's good. Apparently, did you hear that skit that they want to come back with Supernatural? Apparently, that they want to they agreed or something like that to try to make a comeback and do like a limited series, but keep it like strictly rated R type shit.
It would have to be on. It had to be on
the streaming platform. Like I think it was like Prime or something like that. That's what they wanted to do for it. I was like, yo. If you do that'd be dope. Like, I still gotta go watch like the last 5 episodes of the last season they did, but I'm like, I am so down. I mean, I don't think it was anything wrong with the series that they did on the CW.
Yeah.
But if they want to do an adult version where it's more, gory and graphic and I'm with the smoke. I want to see it. I'm down. I'm down.
That would be a good look for them as well. Get that paper, and then whoever picked it up.
My pops wanted to start a podcast too. He's like him and one of his friends, they want to do a podcast, and he was like trying to come up with. I think he was trying to come up with a name and whatnot. And I was sitting there thinking about it because they want to talk about stuff from back in the day, from for back then, when they were running the streets, and whatnot, being hoes and whatever.
Being hoes.
Yeah. They want to talk about some stuff like that from back there and reminisce and have some good times, which I think would be a great podcast, series for them. It'd be really great. They'd probably pull some people who want to sit back and reminisce about some shit. It'd be great. I think they just probably need to work on a name. I'm thinking, two old grumpy men, that could possibly be a name for them. Spitballing it, salt
The
and
OG man.
pepper,
The
oh yeah,
OG.
OG salt and pepper men, um,
Hmm.
you know, uh, or he said something and I thought it was catchy and I added something to it. I can't remember what he said though, because I think he did spitball a name. Um, and I was sitting there like I was like using the bathroom. I was like sitting there on my phone, sitting there, and I was like, "Yo, it probably would be fucking great. He just probably have to make sure he don't incriminate himself." Shit.
Ah, facts. Statute of limitations still, you still gotta worry about that.
I said, I don't know how certain things work, but they probably have to make sure they don't incriminate themselves. Now, I do know
Yeah.
if he does do a podcast, probably one of the things he's probably going to talk about is his brother, his older brother, my uncle, because he wrote a book called Misfit, and a lot of people like that book, but from my understanding, from my cousin, who's his daughter, who read the book, apparently there's a lot of lies and stuff in that book. So, but I guarantee if my pops made a podcast, he'd probably cover that book. I guarantee he'd cover that book, but not in the way, not in the positive way. He'd be like, "Yo, this is what really fucking
Telling them.
happened."
Oh shit. Oh, I almost
He-
fell. Oh nah.
No, but I mean, apparently there's some some big lies in the book, and
Some things you gotta omit. I get it.
no, not even like to omit stuff. It was just some lies that were told in the book. Like, I guess one of them was that someone had like died in my uncle's arm or something like that. My dad was like, "That motherfucker died." Got off the phone with him like yesterday, last week. I'm like, "Oh shit, he lied that much in the book." I mean, I haven't read the book myself, so I can't really judge. But at the same time, how I look at it is because he's the author of the book. It's from his perspective, and how I look at it is if my uncle was strung out at one point, that stuff messes with your psyche and stuff messes with your brain. He may, in his mind, believe some of the stuff he's saying in this book because of that stuff messed with his mind. But I guarantee a lot of stuff it didn't really happen like he says it happened. It's just how his mind rewired itself and probably what he thinks happened. 'Cause I mean, some of the stuff that he said in the books is blatant lies. According to everybody who's read the book. So, I mean, if you have family members that say, "Yo, he blatantly told some lies in that story," then you really gotta look into it. But at the same time, why do I mean, besides the fact that it probably would sell, he's probably told to do that shit, which I mean, you still shouldn't, throw your family under the bus in a book like that. But if his mind was messed up due to stuff that he did early on in his life, and his memories altered, and that's still his perception of how he perceives things or how his mind processes stuff. And I mean, it's probably something that should still be looked at. I mean, if that's how his mind truly perceived things and processed stuff, the question is, why did his mind do that? Is it just because of his past and what destroyed his mind, or did he just fabricate a book just to make the money? You never know. You don't know unless you have like a sit down actual conversation with them, which I know no one's gonna have a conversation with them. I think I'm the only person that talks to his ass right now.
Damn. Oh shit.
Huh?
Damn. All right. Nah. Your pops.
You see?
Yo, your pops. Oh damn. Nah, that's hilarious. I ain't messing with him, yo. He got it. He got it.
But I mean,
He's like, nah, I'll put him on Front Street right now. Type shit. Yeah, yeah.
but I mean,
Yo,
those
nah,
are
he would
things.
definitely keep it a band.
I had.
Oh man.
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There's another one. You had something about dating too. You said. I know my pops wanted to talk about something about dating. The other day, he had something he wanted to throw out there. Wanted our opinion. He probably don't remember what it was though.
Damn.
Oh. Ooh, excuse me. I do you do that?
Oh, I'm surprised that shit didn't hit me. Cool, I got
What'd you say, bro?
blind faith on that one. Nah, I just fucking flipped the coin, didn't even look at where it was going, like where it was going type shit, and that shit just dropped right by my face.
Blind faith.
Yeah, I was just like, fuck it, we just want to see what happens.
You know,
that shit was.
there's a topic we can talk about. What do y'all feel about? I mean, I know there's a lot of people who are pro law enforcement, pro law.
Oh.
What?
Wait, huh?
I started, you know, people had to use the bathrooms. You got to make sure things are, you know, in order. People do got bowel movements to make. We are human. It's 6 o'clock, but you know, things fall behind. So here's the thing. I start my streaming at 6 o'clock. That doesn't necessarily mean I'm gonna start my podcast right at 6 o'clock. Now I will record it live. Yes. Look, the mod. Look.
Oh wait.
Oh, they timed him out, but I accepted it though.
That's crazy. Held for racism. Swipe to allow or deny. What the hell?
Allow. Say allow.
Yeah, I did it. I hit allow too. What the hell?
It's you know what it is. It's yeah. You have to watch what you say on the Streamlabs. Like the bots are. Even though you didn't say nothing wrong, the bot said you did. You gotta wait to type. And you know what? That word is not even on the list of words. Ass is not on the list of words that you can't say.
I'm just. I
got racial slurs on there, like a racial slur. You know, so I made sure that people can't.
What it was. It was hell for racism.
Yeah, but it wasn't racism though. It literally he just said ass. Like. That's
he's white ass. That's what he said. I hope you white ass. Like,
see, mine says refrain from using foul language on my end. Nothing says racism on my end.
Yo, they've made it where he had to be timed out, like, or it was banned or restricted. And I was like, nah.
No, he's restricted. I don't have it banned anybody. I have to personally ban people. No, they.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It just popped up with that shit. That's what I'm like, no, don't do that.
That's wild. I've never.
Yeah.
I guess that's what happens. Maybe I just not accept it. And I just didn't delete what it says, and I'll have to try that next time. Just delete what it says, and maybe it won't flag them.
Me.
I tried to prove it. I tried. Y'all saw.
I definitely swiped it. I'm like, why did all his messages just disappear? And then it literally just said it. Oh, okay.
They need to stop wiping out comments. Well, they're trying to make sure that, you know, when people go back and listen to this, that no one feels any type of way or offended. So I mean, they still have to protect their image and their brand at the same time. Yeah, it's my podcast, my stream. See, that's the thing. I think that's one thing I love about the podcast, because the podcast is strictly audio. So like, when I'm talking to you, I'm talking to everybody else. It's audio that I edit and splice together and pop up. But since I'm also streaming it, you know, my stream gets recorded. It goes on, you know, Twitch, YouTube, Kick, whatever platform I'm on, and it's there. So they still got to make sure they protect their image.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I get it. It's a grown conversation, but just because it's a grown conversation doesn't mean that people of younger caliber, young adults, that are starting to come into themselves doesn't mean they don't have the ability to access it, and they still want to try to refrain them from accessing something that might leave an impression on them that might not be savorable.
That's crazy, because they definitely have a few different content creators.
Well, they do.
That's willing to speak completely against other races outwardly.
They do.
They receive donations from it, and they don't get banned or blocked. That's the crazy part.
I mean, there's also ones who play music and people's songs freely, and they don't get hit with markers, which is so wild, because if you get like an average Joe trying to do it, it's like you get hit. You can't do that. I remember the first time I got hit for trying to I was streaming Apex and I said something. I'm gonna get some kills tonight, and they flagged me for Michael, thinking I was singing like a Motown song, and I'm like, and I went back and listened to it. I'm like, so I disputed it, and I'm like, listen to what I said. Like, there is nothing that I said that was remotely close to anything Michael Jackson related. Like, if you actually are listening to what I'm saying, I didn't play no Michael music. I didn't sing a Michael rhyme. Nothing. I literally sung a song about me playing right.
Too much like it.
Yeah, so my tone of voice hit the right tones for Michael Jackson or something like that, because it was definitely me. If so, I need to go talk to somebody about getting paid impersonating.
Oh man.
It's been impersonating. Yeah, you right about that though.
I tell you. But one of the things I've noticed, and I've been seeing a lot of videos.
What's that?
A secret date? Nah. I mean, Jose can join my podcast. He can always join my Discord and tune in if he wants to. Definitely do that.
He wants to do a mystery date. That's different.
But he got to make sure, he don't be bringing in that drama. I don't want none of his female friends to hear him talking on the podcast and be like, oh, well, isn't he here on this show being a hoe? And then all of a sudden, I got all these haters on my pod. Well, hey, you know what? That's fine, because a hater is still a fan one way or another. They still gotta listen to it. So I take all the haters because you're still gonna view my shit just to hate. But I'll still get those viewer marks because you're viewing. Even if you hate it, you still give me viewer marks. I think I actually, you know what? I'm a firm believer to love your fans and your haters, because your fans are gonna be there to support you. They're going to be the support you. They're going to give everything they got at you. Your hater, they're going to be there to throw shade.
Which on your downfall, yeah.
But they're still there. So, and they are still a supporter, whether they want to admit it or not. Because if I don't support someone's stuff, I don't bother even listening to it. I don't pay them no fucking mind. Like, when I hear about all this like celebrity shit, and they're like, oh, the celebrity's getting married. And I'd be like, okay. Oh, you hear about? I heard it. I didn't care though. Like,
it's not going to make no difference to me. What the hell they doing with they?
I'm trying to figure out how 007 is lonely, because when you FaceTime me earlier today, so my pops FaceTime me earlier today, and when he FaceTime me, he like did like a whole like back seat. And mind you, my pops are driving. My boy 007 here, he was sitting in the back seat with a female friend, a co-worker. But either way, I digress. So my pops was driving this, his vehicle, driving driving Miss Daisy. But that's a better way to say it. He was wearing his glasses, he was driving Miss Daisy. And let's keep it real.
Okay, doing his man a solid.
Yeah. I don't know if it was really. I don't know. I honestly, I don't know if it was truly a solid, but I digress.
I mean, listen. Then again, if he's chauffeuring his man's around, let's say that.
Yeah. Miss Daisy, driving Miss Daisy, or Mr. 007 around.
Either way, he's doing his man a solid, because if that motherfucker ain't come off no goddamn gas money, bro, I did you a solid. I don't give a fuck what nobody say.
Yeah.
You better.
But I mean, they were working. I think they were working too. I think they were working.
But now you got two people in the backseat.
She left him hanging like a dry diaper.
Hot damn.
I didn't know you hang dry diapers. They're dry, so why would you hang them?
You know what?
Nothing to say though.
I can't say nothing about that one. I can't say nothing about that one.
It's dry, so why would we hang it? Left them hanging like a wet diaper.
Zone was a pickle, son. Zone's a pickle. I can't stand him, yo. Look at some fool.
So I was sitting there looking at this video, right, of law enforcement. And now, mind you, I don't hate law enforcement. I don't. I truly don't. But I definitely feel that some people abuse that power of the law enforcement. There are
Okay.
definitely some. I saw this video the other day, um, with uh, there's like undercover, not undercover, off-duty cop saw two people at a car wash, and one was like handing off a cigarette to a coworker that they saw at the car wash, and he handed off. And the off-duty cop was like, "Yo, I saw an exchange of some drugs. Obviously one was a white man in a truck, and the other one was a black man in a Cadillac." Well, he walked up to the white man. The white man was like, "What the fuck's the problem? Like, I'm washing my car, And he's like, "Oh, you this guy is like, yeah, I know him. I work with him. Like, I walked up, dabbed him, say what up. Oh, what'd he hand you? Nothing. What do you mean? What'd he hand me? Nothing. No, off-duty cop called in and said he handed you some drug substance, a cigarette, bro? A cigarette? Like, to me, that's nothing. That's a cigarette. Like." And I'm like, I feel like that should have been. He's like, "Oh, this off-duty cop know what he saw." He does he? He's off duty. Tell him to mind his fucking business, because you asked me what happened. I told you what happened. Did you go ask the other guy? And they was like, it went on. The other guy was like, "Nah, I didn't hand him anything." And he's like, "Is it because he's black and a Cadillac and the white dude pulled up that looked like he possibly was on drugs, something like that? You just automatically assume it was a drug handoff because it, quote unquote, it's a common thing that happened at a car wash." And it's like, you can't stereotype people nor automatically assume. You're off duty, first of all, and you see it from a distance. You think you see him hand something white off. You called in a buddy who goes to investigate it because you're an off-duty cop. So your word has to be law. You can't be wrong as an off-duty cop. You can't be wrong. Anything you say is correct. That's like the gist I get from all these videos I've been seeing. And I know people say it's propaganda that people are going against the cops. Yeah, possibly. There's a lot of cops that have a power trip. And it's like if someone asks you a question, and I've seen this a lot of videos, and it says, "Oh, what are you doing here?" Just waiting, not bothering nobody, in front of my house, chilling, just hanging out. I don't believe you. Like, this is what you're really doing? You just asked me what I was doing. How can I take your word? How can I take your word when you tell me something? It's honor. It's like, "Oh, I had a lot of this." Yeah, and there's a lot of people who've had cops tell them a lot of weird shit or promising shit and be crooked as fuck and do them in. But yet they want everybody to obey the law, and the officers, and say something. It's like, an officer tells you to get up or do something, that's a lawful order. No, you can't just tell me something the moment I disagree with you, automatically that's a lawful order. That is not how that works. There has to be some type of crime, something has to be done where you're able to dictate those lawful orders. If we're just having a conversation and then you don't like what I'm saying, you can't just start yelling at me and say, "This is a lawful order. You're doing this because I'm telling you." That's not how that works. And I've been seeing a lot of this lately. And everyone's like, "Oh, you just listen to what the cop says and do what they say." No. Just because they're wearing a uniform and whatnot, it doesn't mean you always have to do what they say. There are some times where they're actually wrong. They're absolutely wrong. And if someone is wrong, why am I obligated to do what they say? Why? If they're wrong, why do I have to comply? There should be no reason for me to comply if they're wrong.
Especially if you know you're doing shit illegal, or definitely not a part of your state code either. There's nothing that you can tell your state law. You can't tell me shit. I understand that if I don't do it, I'm not doing anything. I'm sitting in my car minding my motherfucking business. You asked me to step out for what, bro? I've been sitting in my car. You walked up. My car's off. I'm sitting in my car minding my business. What's the problem?
That's not the same thing.
Approached me. Yeah, no, the motherfucker approached me like, they approached me like, "Oh yeah, well, what are you doing here?" I'm sitting in my vehicle. Well, why are you sitting here with your car idling? I just got my battery boosted. My car was just dead, so I just boosted my battery 10 minutes ago. I just left from work.
I wouldn't even told him that.
Came and got me. No. I legitimately told him that just because you have your gun on your fucking hip and your hand is on that motherfucker like you ready to pull it. Well, I'm here sitting waiting for my mother. What's the problem?
No, but it's like
no.
Yeah, exactly. Why are you sitting with your car idling? Because I'm sitting around my car idling. Is it a
That's
crime?
not a crime.
Is it a crime to
It's not a
sit on
crime.
the
And I'm
street with
not
my
gonna
car
give you my
idling?
ID for something I didn't do.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like,
Like I didn't do anything wrong. You can go ahead about your day. Thank you so much. Have a good day, man.
but there's always that group of
Don't
people
be
that
rude. I'm not
says,
being rude.
always that group of people that says, if you're not doing anything wrong, you shouldn't have a problem providing them your idea so they can run me in the system and put me in a system where I my name. Absolutely not. I'm not doing that. I'm not giving you my name if it's not needed. I'm not giving you my ID if it's not needed. And one thing I will never give you, no matter how many times you ask me, if I ever get pulled over and it's all right, license, insurance, registration, and then they say, "Oh, I need your phone number." You're not getting my phone number. Oh, if you're not doing it wrong, you're having a problem giving your phone number. You don't need my phone number. I've heard it a lot lately. Oh, a phone number to contact you. You don't need one. You don't need to fucking contact me. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm not giving you my number. If they ever say I'm gonna arrest you for it, go ahead, put them on. Cause I'm not giving you my fucking phone number. Yeah. There is no reason for me to release my. And when we go in front of the judge and said you were arrested because you wouldn't give up your phone number, yes, because I wouldn't give an officer my number. I'm trying to figure out where is the law that says I have to give my phone number up. There is no fucking law, phone number, and email. Absolutely fucking not. I'm not giving those up.
Listen here, little freaky man with a badge. Get the fuck on, cause you're not getting my number.
He wants your booty, dude. He wants your booty. Yeah, at least gotta buy me something first. Take me out to eat. Buy me lunch.
Nah, that's
dinner.
Crazy. Nigga said take me out to eat. Nah, nigga. You want my number, bro? I'll give you my number if you buy me a McLaren.
McLaren. And he gonna buy you a McLaren, all right?
You buy me a McLaren.
Gonna put you on the cell.
No.
And tell you to McLaren this.
I still, you know what number he getting? He getting my dead number, the one that don't work. What the fuck you talking about? It ain't no way for you to contact me, bucko.
No, I'm not giving no.
No. I'll give you a number. I'll give you a number. I'll give you a number. Buy me a McLaren right now.
So another thing I
my
did
dead number.
this year, my kids are gonna be homeschooled this year. I'm gonna do the homeschool thing, or it's not really considered homeschool. It's like virtual learning this year. And first day of school, I went to their school and I withdrew from school. I did everything you were supposed to do. Withdraw from school, turn all the paperwork in so they know they're not going to be there. I did all that, no problem. Tell me why I'm still getting phone calls. We've been a weekend and like threatening phone calls, like, "Oh, your kids missed, this many days of school. You need to rectify this now. Notify the district why they're not here." I've already did all that. They've already been accepted to their school. I gave you guys the letters. And so I called the school and they're like, immediate attitude. They're like, "Yeah, we see that you did this, but we've just been so backed up with actual kids registering for our school that we haven't had time to get to your kids and we're drawing them from school." Well, I need you to get to it. Yeah, that's cool and dandy. Y'all got people,
my child will not be there anymore. Yeah, you've already established this. It's not my fault you didn't put the paperwork through.
Exactly. So I'm waiting on because I told Mrs. I was like, "Yo, if someone knocks on the door," and I was like, "You need to open the door," I'm gonna send them the fuck away. Get the fuck off my property. My kids don't go to that school. And if you think I'm opening the door for you to come in, you got me fucked up. You're not coming in my house. You're getting all of my fucking property. And you better be happy I even came to the door some bullshit off of this bullshit because since my kids were removed from that school.
No.
And I'd be like,
don't.
No, you have to answer because I'm in Georgia. They do things differently. No. But I definitely would answer.
You can answer the door. I ain't saying you had to open it. You ain't gotta open it.
I'm not opening it. I'm opening the window. I'm cracking a window. Yep. Like, can I help you? You gotta come to. I'm right here. I can hear you. But I also have the door cam, so I can hear them in the door cam and communicate. But I can hear you perfectly fine.
Thank you.
I don't need to open my door.
I forgot. I gotta take care of something real quick. I'll be RB.
Oh, you good, bro? You are good. In the meantime, let's go into book club session. Let's see here. Well, there are some books that, if I could find them real quick. There are some books coming out and books that are out. Let me pull this up. These books Kindle these books are out, and they're good reads. So if you guys want to read them, they're children books, and they are other books. As you guys see, this is pretty bright. Excuse me. Let's see if I can look by author. All right. So there are 3 books that are out. Actually, no. Correction. I lied. There are more. Let me make sure. So 3 books. First one is Almost Yours, Celine. It dropped August 8th, 2025. It is on Kindle Unlimited for free if you have it as a trial. But if you don't have it, you can pick it up hard copy, if I'm not mistaken, for $5.99. It looks like a love graphic novel. Yeah, it is a love graphic novel.
Which one are we talking about?
Yeah, one of Magnus books.
What book are you talking about?
It's called Almost Yours, Celine. It has 419 pages. You can also buy a hard copy, like I said, of this book, but is available on Kindle. There's also one that's called Left Unread, which is supposed to be a woman's book to help women, overcome some things and, heartache and struggles. This book is 214 pages long. This book is also free on Kindle Unlimited. This is considered a motivational book, but you can also buy this book for $5.99.
Oh, snap.
And then there's also one called Lily the Tiger, if I'm not mistaken. Let me make sure. Lily Tiger. Actually, I have this one on my phone to make sure. This one's completely free. This one's on Kindle. This is a kid's book, this particular one. Yeah. This one's called Lily the Tiger with the Tiniest Roar. And I'll show you guys. It's a cute little book. It's a cute little book. With images and stuff like that. It's nice. And that's all 3 of those books. 4 of those books are available in Kindle. So if you guys want, please go check those out. And let me know if you guys like them. Leave a comment. I'm sure you guys probably will. Starting a new journey, she is, with book writing. So we'll support this, right? We'll see how well this goes. And more to the book club. If you guys haven't, there's a couple other series. Those who know, I listen to a lot of fantasy, graphic novels, RPG books. Really good. But there's also a couple other books that I listen to that kind of don't fit in those categories, but they do. But there is one called the let me make sure, tell you the right series name. Don't want to botch it as much, which I'll probably still do anyway. Being honest. There's one called Mark of the Fool that's really good, but there's this one book called I Am Not the Hero, and they got like 3 books out right now, and they have a 4th one coming out in December. Fucking amazing. Of course, I'm not going to really talk about the books too much because I don't want to spoil them for this time around, because it's not a full book club session. But then you have
I got a couple.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, you're cutting out.
But they also, I'll give them a free plug this time. Plug this time. So if you rock out with Pocket FM. Oh no, David. My bad. I said I give him the free little shout out to some one time. Free plug. Pocket FM. If you do rock, if you do check that out, it is one of those. I will. It is one of those that give you like a snippet amount, and it'll allow like a page or two, 2 days, or they make you either want to buy coins or earn coins. If you're gonna do that, do the earn shit, you just swipe onto a fucking swipe onto a fucking little thing. It pops up an ad for something. Not even an ad, like a small like little scrollable. Hey, delete this shit off of your web browser shit. You get your coins right away. But so my vampire system, Re-Evolution Online, my Divine Slayer system. There's different kind of premise, but still similar. Yo, and my three wives are beautiful vampires. Oh, and Infinite Mana and the Apocalypse. Those are pretty good ones. I'm not gonna lie. But the digital books, Zone, you tell me if you agree with this or not, because I don't know if yours have it, but you like if you're gonna have a AI or voice actor reading off your book, the person that you choose makes such a huge difference as to how engaging it may come across for the listener. Because some of these don't have necessarily pages that you can read yourself. It just goes off the voice. But its narration really your narrator has to have that presence of wanting to do this or wanting to read this particular thing, not just like, hey, I'm just gonna do it because it's paying me. And it's boring. If it's boring, I get you got to pay the bills, but maybe don't do it because you fuck some people build like you fuck up some people's story.
I can agree with that. If I damn that was a big change. Um, so I can agree with that. There are stories that are supposed to be really good. But with my dyslexia, if I can't vibe with the narrator who's reading the book, I can't not listen to the book. It doesn't work for me. Um, and a lot of people don't understand that, but this is one of those
I
things
have
like
a
I
form
always
of
try to.
dyslexia. If that's the case, I might be a little bit dyslexic if I think like if that's the case. Yeah, there's a lot of books that I've turned off just because of the narrator sounds like shit to me, and I was like, I'm not
So
interested already.
I talk about my dyslexia quite a bit, but there are some things I really don't talk about enough, and most people really probably don't understand. But dyslexia, it affects more than just reading. Most people fail to actually truly grasp that it affects more than just reading. With dyslexia, it can affect your reading, your writing, how you see things, and how you hear things. And since my dyslexia is super severe, yes, I can read relatively decent, but if I read too much, I get real bad headaches. It's not good for me because your brain's trying to process all the information you're trying to read and it's trying to soak it all in. But also, dyslexia will also affect your coordination. So some people who are coordinated or who have dyslexia, depending on how bad their dyslexia is, their coordination will actually be off, which most people don't realize that. Also, with how I hear things, like you can say something like 5 times, and you could be saying it perfectly, but how my brain will hear it, it will probably hear it messed up, but multiple times before it finally hears it the right way. And the same thing like pronunciation of words. Like when I use the voice emulator completely, and I'm like saying words, I'm speaking them out, but it's not as I don't use the proper emphasis or solid emphasis sometimes when I'm speaking because how I speak. So it even affects my speech. But most people don't realize that dyslexia affects how you hear, see, write, your coordination. It plays a complete toll on your life. It even affects your mood and your emotions because you process things different. You think of things differently. There are people who have dyslexia who actually lack empathy, and most people say there's no way you can lack empathy as being dyslexic. You as someone who has dyslexia, you can truly lack empathy. And most people say, well, if you get angry, you have to have empathy. You have to have one because you have the other. You that's not true. So most
Nah,
people
yeah.
get
Damn, I might be dyslexic.
most people
Fuck.
get super mad because they can't express themselves properly. They don't have the way to express their feelings, their thoughts. Like even for me, I struggle sometimes trying to get certain things across, and I'll get frustrated. So typically I will avoid certain situation because I'm like, well, I already know I'm not going to be able to express or get the right verbiage out there that I'm trying to. So I'll just avoid a
Right.
situation sometimes because it will stop me from getting agitated, annoyed. Because when I get angry, I get angry. It doesn't. It takes a
Yeah.
lot to get me mad, but when I get mad, I'm not a real nice person to be around, and I know this.
Yeah, I get it.
So, but for most people, there are some people, just the numbers are mixed up. There are those real mild cases of dyslexia, but then you got those who, like myself, like I joke about it all the time, but it actually does piss me off sometimes when I mess up stuff that I should know, but I don't do it the right way because of my dyslexia, and I brush it off because I'm like, it's gonna happen regardless. No matter, like even writing. Like I remember, like doing stories, and someone's like, "Oh, right, you'll get good." It does not work like that with people with dyslexia. Our minds work differently, and that's why I have a problem with the English language, because how I perceive things and how I look at things. Because when you grow up, they teach you sound out everything you say. If you sound it out, you'll get the word right. But that's not always the case because a lot of those letters are silent. And if you're sounding out like they taught you to do, like, for example, the word knight, like, knight in shiny armor. If you're sounding that word out, like you're supposed to, when you just look at it, you just read it, you're saying that K. You're going to say that K because you don't realize that it's supposed to be there. And those are like simple things like people with dyslexia, like even though we know it's not supposed to be there, our mind would say, hey, you got to pronounce that. Like, fuck what you told. We were told you got to pronounce that. And you do it and they'll mess up and they're like, oh, you're doing it intentionally. Like, no, it's how your mind registers certain information. But where we lack, in certain fields, most people with dyslexia, they excel in others. Same thing with people like with autism. Sometimes they'll lack at certain things, like being able to express, to get certain things out, but they'll excel like at math or certain aspects. They'll be really like the best out there. And they're almost like hand in hand, unfortunately. It's really fucked up. And it's very hard because a lot of times people, even back in the day, people didn't talk about stuff like that. Talking about, things that with neurological differences wasn't a thing. You kept quiet, you kept yourself, you didn't talk about it. I guess it was more frowned upon back than it is now. But the issue with that is that since a lot of people didn't get that help or didn't reach out, a lot of people are blind and, and they always say, ignorance, ignorance is bliss, whatever. But for those people had kids or whatever the case may be, a lot of those parents from back then, don't know how to handle certain things because, they weren't prepared for stuff like this because they weren't talked about. They didn't really, help people prepare how to deal with other people back then. It was like the same issue I had with my daughter. Her being on the spectrum, she had an issue at the school with a teacher. And, the teacher was like, I've been teaching for 30 years. And if I tell a kid to do something, they got to do it. And this is just how it is. And I'm sitting there like, that doesn't work with every kid. Like if you have a child that you're teaching that has a neurological difference and you're aware of this, and there are things that trigger this set child, and then you go out of your way to say those things are going to trigger that child in a negative way, and then you say it, and then you expect them to just shut up and not say anything about it and be cool with it. And the first thing out of your mouth is, I've been teaching for 30 years. I think I know what I'm doing. And first thing out of my mouth, if you've been teaching for 30 years, then you should fucking know not to say this to a fucking child with a neurological difference. Am I right or am I wrong?
General. No, in general.
Well, yeah, in general, but still. But still, like, yeah, you've been teaching for 30 years. You don't say stuff like that. What up, John?
Is this the podcast?
Yes, it is, sir.
Okay, so I came on the proper time.
We've been an hour into it.
Late. You're a little late, but
a whole hour late.
Yeah. Am I on time? No, you right. You right though. But on a real no, as my bad, y'all. A little bit of moonshine in my system now, so nigga might start talking some shit. But when it come down to that, no, some of these teachers are. Some of these teachers ain't shit, man. Like in all honesty, because similar, not on a scale, not on a, fucking not on a scale. It's crazy, not on a spectrum, but at least not to my knowledge. I might be a little bit, but like there was a teacher I had in 5th fucking grade. I don't even want to put her fucking name out there, but
The one that have
that
no
woman,
intention.
nah, fuck her. If she's still alive, but if not, then God rest her soul. But
What's the topic?
yo,
No, I'd still be on the same topic.
we-
The same energy fucker, yeah. Yeah, I didn't like it when she was alive. I don't like it when she's dead.
Nah, I ain't gonna front. I realized later on it was character development. You feel me? Like that was done to me for character development. But she wound up like I passed the test that she gave, and I know I passed the test because we had to, as students, grade somebody else's test. Now, me and this girl had the exact same answers, but she passed with a fucking 89. I failed with a
For cheating.
55.
For cheating, I bet, right?
No.
Oh.
She wasn't even next to me, and we
Oh.
literally was spaced out desks and all that shit.
You had the
So
same
I have no-
answers?
Damn near the same answers.
Maybe
And
you
it
didn't
was
show
well,
enough work.
you failed.
Maybe
Nah.
that little damn
Listen.
near.
Was it
It
a
was
math
no-
test?
One vital.
No, English.
Oh, I would have failed that shit. Unless it was like
So-
Shakespeare.
No. This is 5th grade. This is.
I'm
I'm gonna tell you how long ago
that shit.
this was. I'm gonna tell you how long ago this was.
Funny how you say
I was-
Shakespeare because I was
Hold
very
on,
good at
I was
Shakespeare.
the
Me too.
person. Like my grade was the legitimate one that finally, like, we was the first ones to move into middle school, be in 6th grade. Like, it was 6th grade used to be in elementary, and then they transferred it to be in middle school. During that time frame, I was that first class that had that happen to them. That
Wow.
very first one. This is like 2000, 2002, 2001, 2002, because I went in. Oh shit, my bad, BB. No,
Yeah,
high
that-
school.
Yeah, that had to be
2007.
that.
3 years, 2005. So yeah, 2002, something like that.
What year did you
And-
graduate high school, Dad?
2011.
Oh yeah, that's right. I was dead out of high school. I
was
remember.
working.
I remember
Nigga said I
playing
was
Resident
working.
Evil when that fucking shit dropped and playing late. Like, yo, I gotta get off. I gotta sleep. I remember sometimes we stay up. You like, you know, damn, well, you had to be in class the
Had-
next
hell
day.
yeah. I ain't gonna front. It didn't
And I'll
make
be
a
sitting there
difference.
like,
I
yo,
was
have fun
passing
in
shit
class, bro.
left and right.
I'm here.
Hell
You get home.
I was passing shit left and right without trying though, so it didn't really make a difference to me.
I remember I
But-
got in trouble at school though, too.
Nah. But this woman though, this woman dead ass failed me and sent me to fucking middle school, mind you. During this, sent me to summer school, knowing that because I was hype about it. I was telling, like, I wasn't bragging. I was like, yo, after this, I'm going to fucking Disney for the summer. I can't wait, y'all. I get to finally go to Disney. And this whole
They said, not today.
violated and was like, nah, you going to summer school. You're not going
Nah.
to Disney.
Not today. Yeah.
It was found out later on, like years later, after Tyree went to that school and all of that shit, that same woman, she was no longer allowed to teach because she had intentionally failed so many kids to put them in summer school to line her own pockets.
I mean, that makes sense.
Wow.
Yo,
That makes sense. That makes sense. That
Yo,
that
I
tracks.
was
It sucks for you,
so
but
upset,
it makes
bro.
sense. I remember I got in trouble at school in math class. Mind you, I'm very good at math. There's not many math stuff I can't figure out. I'm really good. But I remember I got in trouble because my belief, how my mind works, being dyslexic. At this time, I didn't know I was dyslexic though. I definitely knew we had problems, but I remember and not turning in my homework, especially in my math class. And my logic is homework is only for, and they used to say this, you do homework because you don't know your stuff. So I took what they said to heart. I knew my stuff. It was done. When like the teacher would give out homework, I do it in class. She was like explaining like how to do the homework. I'd already be doing my homework. I put it in my locker. I go home and then go to school. I don't turn it in because in my belief, which I mean, I really don't see how it was wrong, because if you're in a class, right, and let's say your teacher's teaching and you have a classroom full of, you know, peers, quote unquote, in your same classroom that are struggling with the homework or the assignment, the test, whatever it is, your teacher's teaching and your teacher's asking you because they know that you understand the material with ease, or is asking you to help teach the
Go
class,
assist your friends. No, go fuck yourself. You get paid,
and
not
then
me.
turn around and says you're cheating or you're failing because you're not doing what needs to be done, or I'm not showing my work on a test. And because the teacher thought I was cheating. And I remember my grandma went to the thing, and I was like, my homework was in my locker. It was done. I just didn't turn it in because, in my opinion, if I know the material, homework is a waste of fucking time. Homework is for people who don't know the material. You can say, oh, you're being no, it's not being lazy. If I know the material, there's no reason for me to do homework. Homework is intentionally made for people who don't know the material.
I'm gonna put that back on the teacher, because yeah, you should have been teaching. If they're struggling, you should have been showing a better way to get your class to understand. That if there's people that's fucking up, maybe you need to assign somebody. You need to assign yourself to them your extracurricular time, your lunch break, whatever. Yeah, you need to be here at this class. If that's the case, unless you teach it on that kind of timing, as a teacher, fuck out of here with giving out homework, bro. You need to be teaching it to where everybody is able to comprehend this particular task that you're asking to be completed.
So I did a test for this teacher because if I recall, my grandma was like, test him. You think he's cheating? Test him. Because I did a test, and we did a test. I didn't show any work. Mind you, my mind works differently. So most math problems when I was younger, and I was really doing math on a daily basis. When I would look at a math problem, I do it all in my head immediately. Long division, I do it all in my head. I hold all the numbers in my head. And then I just put the answer down. And my teacher be like, you can't do that. I need to see how you did your work. Is the answer correct? Yeah. I need to know how you did it. I'm failing to see the problem, because if you gave me a quiz, right, and you set me down and you gave me 30 minutes to do a quiz, and I do the quiz in front of you, you gave me a scrap piece of paper, and mind you, a scrap piece of paper is, for you to show your work. But I'm doing a quiz, I'm doing it in front of you. I'm
not going to take my time out that I have remaining to show you what the fuck I did if that's going to hinder me being able to complete this fucking task. You gave me a task.
It's not even that. But if you're able to answer the questions without showing my belief, scrap paper is there.
It's right.
It's there for you it's there for you to use to write on if you need the extra paper space to process the answer. But if you can do it all in your head and there's no reason to write anything down, then it shouldn't be a problem.
There is a reason. There is a reason why.
Well, they want to see how you get your steps. They want to see how you formulate and how you can come to your conclusion. But if you do a test in front of them, right, and the answers you put are all the right answers, and you do it in front of them without having to write it down, it should not matter how you came up with the answer. You came up with the answer, and you got the right answer.
If you came up with the answer at a specific amount of time, if you process and you was like, oh yeah, blah blah blah. If it was like
it took me like 2 minutes to do each problem, like in my head. I'd look at it in 2 minutes and I'd be done.
I totally get it if you had a specific time period, and let's say 60-70% of the classes already moved on from the questions you did, and you still 2 minutes into this one question, then they go, let me see how you process this. Because maybe the teacher can create a different strategy or introduce a different formula to you that can help you speed the way you answer.
Yes, but the problem is that I finish all my homework before the rest of the class. Even on the test, I'd be the first one done.
That's what I said. It depends.
And that would be the thing getting me. If I'm fast and I got all the answers right and I finish before everybody else, then thanks for the follow, Twitchy Butcher. Thanks. Hope you're enjoying the pod.
The school was, I used to take my homework, the books that they gave me, home, and I would study while I'm home, because we shared Sega Genesis, a Super Nintendo. So all of us, I have 5 brothers. All of us weren't playing at the same time. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just be on my homework, and I'll go through the whole book.
Something to do.
And I'll go. I'll go to school, and it'll be completed, and I'll just be doing my own thing.
I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing on this Sunday?
And I'll show them the work I did, and they'll get upset at me. They'll be mad because I didn't stay at the same level as everyone else. In my opinion, you should have said, oh wow, you way ahead. Well, apparently you shouldn't be at this grade. We should move you up, right? But no, they didn't do that. They would take me and assist other kids and stuff. I said, I don't want to assist them. They're in here just like me. Why? I'm not getting paid for that.
Yep.
So I was a very I talked back to my teachers all the time because it made zero sense to me, and that's when my guidance counselor, he was like, you know what, just take the GED, you could get out and you don't have to worry about it. So and then I could come back. So what New York City is, if you take the GED, you could bring your diploma, your equivalency diploma, back to the high school, and they would transfer it to a high school diploma. You know, because we were a part of the school. So that's what I did. The only thing is they didn't let me take the Regents because in New York City we have the Regents.
Yeah,
And at that time. And so instead of taking the Regents, they made me take the SAT. And so I passed my SATs, and they were gonna sign me up to college, but instead of going to college, my dad put me straight into the union. So I did 4 years of electrical engineering, mechanical, and that's how I got the work that I got. But it was school. I hated kids, not at the kids. I hated teachers that will hold you back because you were doing extra. You did way more than what was supposed to be done in one day.
Oh, I definitely hate
zero
that.
sense to me.
That's weird. But
I
honestly,
was walking in and out. I was like, why should you tell me what to do if I already passed? Like,
yeah,
I'll
honestly,
go inside, eat my lunch,
that's
and
the
leave.
problem. That's the problem though, because a lot of the teachers and the education system in general is not in tune to being able to teach the ones who are, for lack of a better word, special.
I mean, that's the problem they have with boys
your
too,
lesson
though.
plan is fucking trash, and I can't follow this bullshit that you got going. But I do understand the work, and I've already completed your task. But you're mad because I'm not on the same level as these people here, so I'm a little bit, if not much further ahead than these people are. And instead of me, hey, I'm comfortable with just being chill. No, bitch, I'm bored. I've already passed.
I'm bored as fuck.
Yeah.
Let me leave, bro. I passed this class. Cool. Let me get the fuck out of here.
The one class I hated growing up in school was what was that class? History. History. Yes.
Oh my god.
Maybe it's because of my dyslexia.
It wasn't even my dyslexia. It was like, why the hell am I learning about the Chinese?
So with my dyslexia, if I'm learning too much information at one time, I instantly get tired. I remember when I had to go to church, when my family used to go to these church and they could do the fucking Friday night service till Saturday night, I'd fall asleep all the time. Or any service, because it was just too much information to process at one time. And they'd be like, oh, you're falling asleep. And this bishop would all be like, oh, his mind's not ready to hear what the Lord's saying. No, is that I'm trying to process too much information that you're telling me. And my brain said, all right, time to go night. You're capped off now with information you're willing to. And then, back when I was little, I was like, all right, maybe you're onto something. Maybe the spirits are telling me I'm not ready to hear what you're telling in the Bible. No, reality was, because I got older and I was wondering why I was feeling so tired after reading so much. And what it was is that, and when I went to get diagnosed, the doctor was like, since your dyslexia is so severe, when you're reading a lot of new material that you've never had to deal with before, your brain's trying to process all that information and figure out how to make it work. And in a sense, it makes you super exhausted, so you're going to be tired. And now I know whenever I have to do an extensive amount of reading for like following instructions and whatnot, and I have to really learn how to do something, I'm exhausted, bro. My head starts to hurt. I'm tired. And in history class, they start talking about, the 13 colonies and the French, and I'll be sitting there. And mind you, I'm not looking at anything. I'm like eyes like lynched over. I can still hear well, and then be like, teacher walk up, you're sleeping. I'm not. My eyes are just closed. Because that was the only way I could process shit. Like just to head down and just keep my eyes closed and listen. If I kept my eyes open, instant headache, and I'd really want to fall asleep. But if I just sat there, head down, hand on my head, just like a little rest, like I'm looking like I'm resting, I could listen to you for hours about anything, and I can process it better for some reason. I don't know why, and I wouldn't fall asleep. But that was like my thing. I'm a teacher. I always get mad. Why are you doing this? You can't be doing this. You're sleeping in the class. I'm having a full conversation, eyes closed. I'm not sleeping, teacher. This is how I process information. Like, this is the best way for me to process information. And the teacher be like, that's bullshit. You're sleeping. I'm not sleeping. I'm having a full conversation with you. If I was sleeping, I wouldn't be talking to you.
No, the crazy part is you're absolutely right on that, and I break that down to my pops. Like, it's not like if I'm having a conversation with you, the way that my brain particularly operates, I'm literally envisioning I'm creating movie scenes of what it is that you're saying as it's being said to me. So I'm visually watching what you're saying play out.
Yeah.
According to my imagination, but at the same time, to your words, I'm putting everything in place and creating that shit for myself. That's also why audiobooks work well.
Exactly.
If I'm looking direct, like if I'm looking at you while you're speaking, I'm not listening. I'm not hearing shit that you're saying right now.
I tell people all the time.
Because my brain is everywhere else.
I'm constantly thinking about stuff, and most people think I'm looking them in the eyes when I'm talking to them. I'm not looking them in the eyes. I rarely look anybody in the eyes. I'm gonna be honest with you. If I'm looking at you, I'm looking at your nose, your forehead. I'm looking at something on your face. I'm actually not looking at your eyes. I have learned the trick of making it seem like I'm looking at you in the eyes. I'm really not looking in your eyes.
At the forehead.
I'm looking at you, and I'm paying attention. But for some reason, I don't like making eye contact with a lot of people. I rarely actually make eye contact with people. I give them the illusion of making eye contact. I don't make eye contact with a lot of people, to be honest.
I only make eye contact. It's gonna sound kind of messed up. Is with women and midgets.
God damn.
Women
trying to assert dominance over midgets or little people.
I don't know why.
Asserting dominance over little people.
Speaking of dominance and trying to insert stuff, my pops wanted to know in our generation. You like how I did that, right?
Insertion.
My pops wanted to know. A lot of women here in our generation. I know you got a lot of women here and there. I think he read this. Did like voice chat.
He probably speech to text. Yes.
Yeah. Let me see. A lot of women got there. What do you think of the average relationship body count women or men being in a relationship should be?
Hold on, wait. Let me start this off. Real quick. I heard some shit not too long ago, a couple days, where they said nowadays it's either you gotta pick a crazy loyal chick or a cool ass hoe. That's kind of where the fuck it's at right now.
Crazy loyal chick. I would say that by that degree, they're not meeting outside of their comfort zone.
Nah, I'm not saying that either. I'm saying
because a faithful chick is not crazy. They're not always crazy. And then cool hoe chicks, that's also that's too, I don't know, that's too specific.
This is a tough question.
That's honestly the radius. That's not saying that is not gonna happen at all. Like no, there's either gonna be a chick who crazy loyal about you, like loyal and crazy about you.
Crazy, okay.
Or it's gonna be a cool ass hoe who was either
just open
in the past hoeing, like doing some hoe shit, and decided, you know what, I want to be with one person.
Got the Lincoln Tunnel down there.
No. I don't mean
change
like
her
that.
life
I'm not
over.
saying.
You talking about the woman who's gonna go turn her life to God and be like, I'm a new woman now? That type of woman?
No, I'm not. Those are part of it too. But I'm talking about you got some multivariant kind of situation. Because when you look at a cool asshole, it could be some chick who was, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna take some dick from this person. She gonna take some dick from that person. She gonna take some dick from this one, and then you know what?
I don't consider them being hoes. That's a label they put on themselves, though.
No. Hoe and whores are two different things. Hoes do it for free.
No, but I mean that's still a label they put on themselves, because if you think about it, men do the same thing. Men have the option to talk to about 5-6 different women at one time and have a chance to.
Doesn't make it right. It's still the same thing.
It doesn't. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make it right.
It's the same.
but men, we don't put label on it as that we're sleeping around. We don't put a label. No, we're not a hoe.
No,
I mean,
no,
we might
you're not
joke
gonna
around with
know.
each other, like, oh yeah, you a hoe, joke around. But
Yeah,
women are the
very
ones who
true.
actually put that label out there. Like most
Very
men
true.
really don't
Men
care
put it on there.
unless
But-
unless your body count comes with a baggage that you can't get rid of, and you think about bringing that into a current relationship with that person. Then there's a problem because if you do it and you blindside a male and not let them know, and then they find out and it's
That's
too
a whole
late,
different
you just
argument.
entrap them into
That's
a
something entirely
situation.
different, though.
But
That's
I don't
entirely
think
different
I don't think
because
a body count counts or should matter too much.
I think
No.
the average person that now floating out and about are all hoes.
Just
All
about.
are.
Yeah,
that's
just
what I'm
about.
saying. That's what I'm saying. It's either you are a cool
By
ass
this
hoe.
definition, yeah, they mad. Yeah, cool ass
You're
hoe.
either
Okay.
a cool ass hoe or you're a
loyal.
crazy loyal individual. So I'm not even gonna say
I want
woman.
the
I'm gonna say crazy
loyal
loyal.
individual. I want them. That's
Now
the
I'm
ones I
saying,
want.
but at the same time, here's where that varies as well too. You say that, but here's the crazy variance. You
I can
have
handle
the
the crazy variables.
no,
If they
because
don't give it
now-
up
now
like
think
a
about In
hoe,
Touch.
you might have
Think
to
about
treat
it.
them
I
like
am.
one.
That's what I
No,
am. I'm
no,
the
no.
crazy loyalist. If
nah,
I get
but
a
John,
girl and
see,
we're together,
John,
that's it. Ain't nobody
you-
else.
you understand. I get where you're coming from, but you're looking at it from your particular perspective. Now let's broaden the perspective a little bit. Crazy loyal. You can't have a single friend that is of the opposite sex without your chick spazzing out on every individual person, including family members. Crazy loyal. And you think
That's
you gonna just talk
That's
to
not
any
crazy
bitch? I'll kill
loyal.
you.
But
That's
I mean,
crazy jealousy. That's crazy jealousy.
It's
I
still
mean,
a
that's
part of
like
it. It's
that's
still
like
a part of
women
it.
Not
saying,
loyal and
It's-
jealousy is two different. Because you could be loyal to a person and still
Mm-hmm.
respect the people that they have. That has nothing to do with
Precisely.
loyalty. That has everything
Listen,
to do with just jealousy.
understand what I'm saying. It's a
I understand what I'm
broad
saying.
perspective. It's
So
a broad
crazy
perspective.
is
So
like a
crazy
mixture
loyal
of a bunch of wild reactions that you'll get, but
could
they're loyal.
possibly
They're
receive
very loyal. Okay,
at the
okay.
I
at the
mean-
same end at the other end of that crazy loyal perspective or that crazy loyal what's the name, you can have
It's
the
different.
individual who is crazy for you, like nobody could hurt you and nobody can take your place. They won't allow another person to come in between that. That's still a
Okay.
part of the crazy loyal. So
Right, that's part
understand
of
that
the
there's
crazy-
a
the
broad
craziness.
perspectives when
I
it
got
comes
you.
down to covering the whole thing of cool asshole to crazy loyal. It's all in the title. That's what I'm saying. That shit is true because either you're gonna get one end of the spectrum or you're gonna get the complete opposite. And depending on which side you get, they have their own spectrum as well.
it's like
So-
that
Can I
grouping
add
of
one more?
women doing though.
Talk about it. We can make that shit a triangle.
All right, so you have these two. The other one is distant. Like
Word,
the-
your pops
the
is right on that one. My bad. Go ahead.
the distant relationship. The one they did, and I'm not saying in actual location. I mean like
Being
They
don't
guilty
want-
of themselves.
yeah, they still want to do what they want to do. They're still loyal to you,
Situationships.
but they're not really. Now I want to say situationships, like you're in a relationship,
But they don't want the
they're
title.
not-
They don't want the label.
they're not attached like that. They're still independent. They're doing their own thing. They still respect how you are as a person, but they have their own schedule. They still act like they're single, but when it comes to getting smashed and all that, they come to you.
As when it's your
It's so-
time, it's your time, it's nobody else. But I mean, I
Yeah.
guess I guess that statement, would also fall into that if you're trying to categorize as like that one statement, women that have like multiple kids and be like, all men ain't shit. And like, correction, all men you
No
fucking had
choice in
kids
men ain't
with
shit.
ain't shit. It's
Yeah,
like
all-
I
all the
fucked
men
all
you
men and
choose
all
ain't
men
shit.
ain't shit. You ain't fucked me,
Yeah.
so I clearly ain't shit.
Yeah.
So.
And also, every single time, it's different from men. Every single time you go through a relationship or a guy, your history keeps like what I see in you, your perception keeps going lower and lower and lower, and my options keeps going higher and higher and higher as I get older. So you become just a regular option if I don't have any relationship or personal connection to you. If I
Well,
have
that's
developed
also
personal connection to you. You're not now. I'm justifying why should I spend my time towards you.
I
If you
mean,
have
that's
all
probably
these
the
kids. You got
issue
4
that you
kids?
see,
Like,
and
come on.
the issue you see
Different
with
single
Guys, no.
I lost it. It was I'll remember it in a second.
Me being single now and meeting up with shorties, like they try to hide their kids when I talk to them.
Well, I mean, you know
Like, when
why
they're
though,
in
right? Because a lot of
course.
people don't want to date people with kids, and I think that's really a double standard I see. So I see a lot of women like, oh, I don't want to date you, got kids, and then you start talking to them, they turn around the kids. Wait, you don't want to date me because I got kids, but you have kids. So wait,
Yeah.
it's okay for me to date you because you have kids, but it's not okay for you to date me because I have kids. I'm missing the logic there, and it's because they're selfish. Some of them are selfish. I mean, you have men like that too. You have it on both sides. I think you should see more on the other side.
Yeah.
What was that?
I can see why they would say that, because they feel like their kids is enough hassle. and
But they
don't
also
want-
they also go backwards though, because typically when a woman is young, you're like, oh, I'm looking for a man to pay for my bills, take care of me, but I want to be independent. I want to do this, and then as they get older and they start to realize, oh, no one wants to take anything serious. Like, well, you had people there. You chose
paying their bills.
you chose to fuck with the fuck boys that weren't on shit, and you thought they were gonna be your ride or die person, while the person who was loyal had everything you wanted and needed, but you didn't pay them no mind. Now you're at the point where you feel like you're mature enough, ready to settle down. Now that person's not looking at you. He doesn't feel you. He's not vibing you no more. Now he's looking at someone younger. He's looking at someone that's doing something that they want them to do. That's not gonna complain about stuff. They're looking for themselves. It's like Leonardo DiCaprio. If you look at him,
Oh shit.
he's about to be 50
piss a
something
lot of
years
women
old,
off.
and he fucking every time they turn like 25, he's like, oh, I don't want the headaches.
Recycle.
He recycled. He finds someone else a little bit younger and he dates them until they turn fucking 25. And some women do the same thing. They hit that age where they could be married for like 30 years. Like, I want a divorce because I want something young. Just fucking open up your marriage, whatever. Spice up the relationship. Like why? You get but like, if you think about it, because if you watch all those movies, like they get a divorce because they want to break up, right? They want to break up. They want to start something new. And then they're single and then they're like, well, this is not really working out for me. I want to go back. Well, now that guy, he's moved on. He's realized you were either holding sex or whatever hostage, whatever in that marriage. It was something that he was with you because he loved you. He was with you because he loved you. You didn't do nothing wrong in eyes. But the moment you said divorce and you divorced him and it didn't work out, you thought you can walk on back. Those guys are like, nah, now I'm on to a newer model. That's how I view it. I'm on to a newer model. They're like, excuse me? It's like, yeah, exactly. You did the same thing. And also it falls into like,
you was a 93 M3
They think
baby
they have
girl.
all
I
the
don't want
options, and as you
I
get
don't want it no
older,
more.
there's more options. Like, I'm telling you, man. Like,
Yeah.
so like I'm with you on that at the same time, but
But you was a Buick. But
yeah.
now I got him.
I
I
know.
got me a S class over
It's
here,
also-
baby. You got to stay over there.
it's also like this thing, this woman that said, I don't want a man if he can't pay my bills. What do you mean if he can't
Yeah,
pay? Can you pay your own
no.
bills? Because if the answer is you can't pay your own bills, but you can't be with him because he's too broke, what are we talking about? Because if you can't afford your own bills, then you can't expect someone else to pay your bills.
Yeah, think
I mean, you
about
shouldn't
that.
be going to a
What is
relationship
the-
expecting people to pay your bills to begin with.
That's
Talk
why
that
I
shit.
sort of like I don't really be talking to black chicks like that, and I don't be talking
Oh
to Spanish
damn!
chicks
Oh
like that.
shit! Oh shit!
It's the
But I
truth,
get it,
man. That's literally the
Listen,
where
I
they
don't
come
talk
from.
to them like
And
that.
I think it's,
I don't
I
talk
think
like
it's
that.
depending
Yo,
on where you grew up,
I be
because
experimenting.
different
That's true, too.
ethnicities
That's true,
in
too.
different demographic
New York
areas,
black
they
chicks.
are different.
New York black
I
chicks.
remember where I grew up, and
I
people are
can
like,
see
you don't really talk to any chicks. Nah, because half the chicks where I grew up, they were all sleeping with all the guys that were being passed around. And I saw shit. I
Yeah,
didn't
you
say
already
shit.
used good,
But
baby girl. I
they're
don't wanna
passed
fuck it
around.
up.
Why am I interested in that? I'm gonna talk to someone a few towns over or whatever. You know, typically, if I was really gonna get with someone, it's gonna be a few towns over who don't live, down the block from me. Now, if I hook up with someone down the block from me, it's because I'm just hooking up with them and they're probably new to the area. But
Filipino chicks too.
you said something else that got removed. Well, you keep saying something that I don't even get to see it.
You
It got
gotta-
removed.
I mean, damn, son. Damn, yo, they are coming at you heavy.
But It was fine. He
Alright,
must have
for one-
just topped something.
alright.
I couldn't approve it or something. And it got removed.
It didn't
But, I
show
mean,
up for me either.
That's how. I mean,
Oh,
that's how.
misogyny. One
I
time out
see
from a
it,
side,
so.
Oh shit! If they don't give it up, like okay, you might have to treat them like one. That is definitely gonna get you.
That's a
That
chat
got
you
you.
talking about?
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh,
Nah, that's an
Look.
older message. Holy shit! Oh yeah, they just on your head. You can't say nothing, no. They not make you say nothing, dog. That's it. They ain't rocking with it.
what?
They
What I
ain't
said?
rocking with it.
No, not you.
Nah,
my
not
dad.
you. Nah.
No, my dad's in my
His
stream trying to hop
Ask
in the
questions.
pod and then get our opinions on certain things. But apparently, what he's saying on the stream, the chat's popping it up and flagging it, even though I'm approving it to be said.
They say
So we
it's
can-
too real.
Yeah,
It's too real.
pretty much. These conversations
We
are
can't
too
allow you
real
to talk
for
about things
Twitch
like
and
that. That's called
YouTube and
accountability.
Kick. Yeah.
You can't talk about accountability on here, okay? We don't like
No,
that.
there's definitely needs to be a lot of accountability stuff needs to be talked about. That's probably one of the episodes we're gonna have to do
For
again.
sure.
Accountability episode.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, that would be a good one.
On another news though, switching the mood a little bit. If you guys haven't already, I don't know if you guys are gaming like me and my boy Thad and John here. But if you guys are gaming, check out Rematch. It's one of those new soccer games, like kind of like Blue Lock, but it's fun. Me and my boy Thad play it. We're decent. We played it yesterday, and we had a guy pull up that was supposed to be a goalie. It was not a goalie. He was not. I'm gonna let that be known. He was cool. But he was not a goalie.
You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy.
He was definitely not. And like, I gave it a chance. I definitely gave it a chance. But if they pull up and it's like, oh, he's gonna be goalie. I was like, yeah. Who else is playing? Because he can't be goalie for me. He can't be
Nah,
goalie
yeah,
for
that
me.
guy. Yeah, nah, that guy.
He was cool. It just couldn't be goalie. It just wasn't it.
Yeah,
Yo.
it was like, yo, yeah, this guy, he's dedicated to being goalie, and then it was like,
He's like, fuck
honestly,
goalie.
every time
Fuck goalie.
you became goalie, he didn't take over. When it was me, all right, I got you. Yeah, I got it now. I got it. All right, cool. Do your thing. He ran off whenever you was goalie, for whatever reason. Whenever I was goalie, he was like, all right, I got it. And he would stop a couple things, but then it was like he was falling for the bait of the regular ass, like, all right, I'm gonna kick it off the top wall and then go from there. Like it wasn't a 2-time thing. That's why I do it twice.
So my pop
Homie-
said,
Oh.
well, yeah, you're not.
Oh,
you're
you're talking.
you're
You're coming
not.
next week. No, you gotta wait till the 2K drop. The new 2K
Easy,
come out
dude.
soon.
So
You
to
go
the
from there.
other topic when we were talking about when John said he liked his he don't mess with the black women and Hispanic
Yeah,
women
yeah,
where
yeah.
my pops text me and said they kept getting pulled on that street.
What?
He texted me and said you got to love your sisters because white women sometimes will throw your ass in jail because they crazy. He said pretty much.
You know what? I could believe that.
I did not
you-
say.
you-
Listen. I love my black sisters. I love my black sisters.
He
But
said,
what I'm
John-
saying is,
Not where
I'm
he's from.
saying is every single time I dated a lot of black chicks. I did some white chicks, Asians, Spanish.
Asshole.
Normally, the times I dated chicks, and they could come from the rich, the mid class, to the poor, the ratchet, the project chicks. They all have like this pool that they do on trying to take whatever that's yours. Basically, I represent their money. How they were brought up meant that I would have to pay everything off that had everything to do with them. Off rip.
Yeah, I'm not doing. I would
When
never
I
do that.
dated
No,
a
off
white
rip
chick,
episode.
it was, hey babe, I'm paying, I got you. Now white chicks, it depends on what you consider crazy, because
Yeah.
all girls, if you really think about it, are crazy.
Yeah, women in general are crazy.
All
You
of them
got-
are crazy.
You got
It's
6 or
what
7
type
because I
of-
remember someone named
it's what
Little
type of-
Louie.
It's what type of crazy that you tolerate is how you keep them.
He said, I got.
Oh.
Wait, god damn, time out. Wait, time out. I just read that shit. Wait a minute. I'm sorry, John. Give me a second. You got how many? You ain't learned your lesson not one time. You got son. Nah,
He's
wait a
not
minute.
mine.
How many? How many
Nah,
he
that's
said?
crazy. Nah, he said he got 6 baby mamas.
Yeah.
Yo.
Let me find out.
Wild
Let me
one.
find out he's a Nick Cannon fan.
He's a Rolling
He's a Nick
Stone.
Cannon believer.
He is definitely a Rolling
Papa
Stone.
was a Rolling
So
Stone.
you know, by the way, let's talk about breakups.
He said it was too
Let's
good.
end this
Yeah,
session with a breakup talk. So
I'm sorry,
people all
Joker.
have like their when they go through a heartbreak, and they have. I don't have a breakup song. I don't have a breakup song. I just have songs that I just like to listen to. But I can always remember this. My grandma used to tell me. My grandma always used to tell me. My pops has his breakup songs when he was going through it. Back in the day, and I'm sure y'all probably got breakup songs when y'all feeling down.
Your dad,
Yeah, but my pop's breakup song, "Boys to Men," y'all know. If he was having some heartache, he was playing some Boys to Men. What was the songs? Down the Road. He definitely was playing Boys to Men shit. Back in the day, whenever he would go through some shit, and my grandma would be like, he's going through a heartache right now. He's listening to Boys and Men. He's going.
He going through it.
Boys
Don't
to
even
Men.
bother your daddy, baby.
Boys to Men was his shit. Anytime, and I think it was like only one real for my grandma. It was only one real heartbreak that had him listening to Boys to Men. The one heartbreak that had him listening to Boys to Men. It might have been before I was born, but grandma always said it though. But
that dude with the deep voice always got me. He just stopped singing. He would just be chatting in the middle of it.
Yeah, facts.
You know, baby, there's some things that I just wanted to let you know.
Like, nigga, what the fuck?
Oh, Thad, you use some points? How'd you do that?
Wait, what?
You use some bit points, I see.
Oh yeah, nah, I just put in stickers and shit.
Oh shit, look at that. Thad's out here using points. Yo. Ego, let's go. For those who don't know, you use bit points, I give you more. You follow me, you get bit points. Whoop, whoop. And I don't have a limit, so you can earn as many as you want. And you also earn them from just watching the stream. You automatically get bit points. I think I have it set to give you like 50 or 500 every so often. And these bit points you can use on other people's channels.
Yeah, not bits, excuse me. A certain amount of stickers with the bits.
I don't have a lot of stickers up yet.
No, not you. I thought I had some from my collection.
Oh, I mean, you may have some. I got to add some more.
That's so weird.
Do y'all have any breakup songs? Out of curiosity, like
I used to.
Yo,
I can honestly say I used to.
Actually, there's one song I have, and it's not even like a true breakup song. There's this dude that paid back in like the 90s or early 2000s that "Fuck You, I'm Gone" or
"Fuck this shit, I'm out."
No. I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you. You gotta listen to it real quick. Hold on, let me
see. Wait a minute.
I can't remember the name of it Oh, I got some 2K stuff. I might get 2K this year.
I think I'm gonna get it. Just because, you had the opportunity of actually I'm saying you can come up and without having to put all that extra dollars into it now, I might give it a shot. Might purchase it. Only got 146. Okay. So if that being the case, let me get my.
Let's see. Let's see the song. I think it was the early 2000s. Let me make sure real quick.
Excuse me.
Oh,
that fucking moonshine is kicking, boy. Yo. I downed that shit. Fucking quarter of a mason jar worth of moonshine. That shit probably wasn't the right move, but yeah.
There we go.
In the South.
I found it now.
Okay.
I'm gonna send it to you real quick. Now, this is that song you play when someone pissed you off and you just didn't care about them anymore. I forgot how to say this dude's name, but it was "Fuck You," and it came out in the early 2000s.
Hello?
I hear you, John.
Are you talking about CeeLo?
All right.
No,
Oh.
I sent it to you.
Yeah,
But that song there, I remember. You got some moonshine too. Kind of moonshine you got in Illinois. I don't know if I trust.
Crazy.
I don't know if I trust any moonshine from Illinois.
Baby.
Yeah,
Come
I
on,
don't-
Casey and JoJo. That's my
Oh,
song.
yo, I remember. So we had those school dances. I don't know if y'all had school dances, but I remember it was 2 songs, Casey and JoJo, that pop up as school dances, and everybody would get in the little group and facts. Everybody be in there fucking singing it and shit and doing like kumbaya and fucking. I remember it was the homecoming dances. Like we were gonna see each other after the weekend, but everybody was sitting there crying and being emotional, like, "Oh, I miss you, I love you," singing the fucking song, having a good time. Oh man, the times. Also, I looked at some of my pictures from back in the day. My stepmom had some pictures of me. Like the school pictures. I was looking at them. Bro, I look like a little serial killer in some of my little pictures, bro. I couldn't help but start like
Not
laugh.
much has changed then. Not much has changed.
Yeah, true. Not much has changed, but I was
Your resting
laughing.
face is I kill people.
Nah, for real. When we was I know people was like, nah, I'm not fucking with that big motherfucker right there. I don't give a fuck about none of that.
When I was in New York?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We walked
Bro,
around and
I
quite a few
will-
people
I-
that looked
for-
and looked away.
The last time we went to New York will probably be one of the best times I had because we got up on that rooftop bar on the
That's
VIP
funny.
side and stuff. We cut the line. Like there was a long ass line. It was like, oh, it's gonna be sitting here for a minute. Dude walking up checking IDs, pull out my military ID. I was like, he's like, oh, military. Oh, they're with you. All right, we go up and everybody's sitting there looking like he put us in front of everybody. He's VIP access. We just went up. And John was like, oh yeah. That shit was fun. That shit right there was fun. You would have been. It would have been dope. You came out
got lit.
afterwards, but it was fun. We definitely had fun. Fucking Pete we were playing bowling, him dropping on the fucking ground. It was like, yo, bro, what are you doing?
Nah, Pete. Pete had us. Nah, Pete was hilarious, man. Nah, when we went to that spot, and Vance did the emote, the 2K emote, son. I was in tears, like, yo.
He kept hitting it. I was like, you not hurting, bro? I could, like, when he first, I was like, you okay? Like, I got worried at first, but when I realized he was just doing it, I was like, oh, my bad.
Yeah, he got it.
He got some moonshine from Mississippi. What kind of moonshine you got? Although, you don't really drink, so I don't know what you got, moonshine, because you're not a drinker like that. But
he got it from Mississippi, because I thought it said he got it for Mississippi. I thought that was an alias.
He got it from Mississippi. That's what he meant.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, he definitely got it
over here.
Damn. I ain't go front. I'm not even a drinker like that. Honestly, I was smoking heavy, but I substituted my smoking for an occasional sip, and now I'm killing quarters of fucking moonshine.
I'm trying to think the last time I actually drunk some alcohol. I think my in-laws were out here last. I didn't drink at all. I don't remember the last time I drank any. Well, my in-laws were out here last. I don't think I drank any alcohol. I smoked. No alcohol.
Family protector, nigga. The fuck.
No, but like if everybody's here, like in the comfort of home, I feel like I should be able to drink. But for some reason, I just don't like drinking as much. Like unless it's like my rum, my Tia Maria rum. Like I like that. I'll drink that. That shit goes down smooth. It's good. It's actually my dad. My dad might actually fuck with it. He don't drink like that. If he does, it's cranberry and vodka. Some other stuff here and there. But I think he would fuck with this because if he likes his coffee now. And you put a little bit of this in his coffee, he gonna feel right. I'm gonna get him some coffee some of his Dunkin' coffee one day. I'm gonna pour a little bit of this vodka, there's not vodka, but there's rum in it. He gonna feel good. He's not gonna be able to drive afterwards. He's not gonna be able to drive afterwards. but he's not even gonna realize it was alcohol until he goes to stand up.
Nah, that's fucked up. You trying to get your pops fried without smoking. That's fucked up,
He's
dog.
like, yo, this was good. That's how it was with me, bro. When I went to Cape Verde,
You know what? That's what I gotta. I just realized that. I just realized it. Not calling it frosted drunk no more. Like if you smoking, all right, you fried. But when it comes down to drinking, but you not drunk, you gotta call it sauteed or something. You gotta call it
tipsy,
sauteed,
tipsy,
nigga. Something else, nigga. Nah,
tipsy,
fuck tipsy. Tipsy is too.
tipsy.
Tipsy is feminine. Tipsy is for
The
women.
levels is
Tipsy is for
the
women.
levels is
I'm calling it
first,
sauteed.
depending on how you act. The first
Okay,
level,
nigga.
the first stage after feeling. So first stage is nice, like I'm feeling nice,
Warm.
Right,
then
right.
it's
You know?
warm.
and then and then
Niggas
after
are warm.
nice is tipsy.
Nah,
then
I
after
say it's
tipsy
warm and
is
then
nice.
it's tipsy.
I never had no warm experience. I had
Yeah,
nice,
I don't know what a warm experience
You
is.
ain't gotta.
and then
I'm
the minute I
telling
know
you,
it's
I'm gonna put the
tipsy is
coffee in
when you
it. I mean, I'm
walking-
telling you, I'm
when
putting
you
it in the
walking, you
coffee. It
feel-
ain't no
you feel like you
secret.
gotta focus a little bit. You gotta stay a little extra focused and just walking. You're tipsy.
At least
Now,
you
if
know
just
what's coming.
slurring, if you slurring
yeah,
your
yeah.
words and you're not even like making full, like, nah, you fucked up, bro. Go home.
Yeah, you're not
Tap
coherent
out.
of what you say. Yeah, nah.
Yeah,
Jab
nah, you
out.
done. If it takes a while for you just to say a sentence, yeah, nah.
It ain't happening, Captain. It's hilarious. Yo, Pops is dead ass.
He
You
says
ain't putting
that-
nothing in my drinks.
He says that now until he has me make him some coffee or
I've been messing
buy him
with
some
tequila
coffee.
heavy now, bro. been loving
Tequila. I
tequila.
don't like tequila. I fucked
I
with it a
used to
couple of
not like
times in
tequila.
Mexico, but nah. You know, I'm not really. I don't really like a lot of
I love-
alcohol. Like it doesn't.
I'm
It
not a
doesn't do
fan
right with
either,
me.
but I'll
I mean, I'll
sip
fuck
that
with my
shit.
cider
I'll
liquor.
get a
alcohol.
middle ground.
I'll fuck with cider
I love my
liquor
alcohol.
and maybe some hard stuff mixed, but I'm not drinking wine. If I'm drinking champagne, it needs to be like a sweet type of dry type champagne. Like, don't give me no fucking
messes me up.
bitter,
Oh,
fucking harsh shit. I'm gonna
Gives me
fucking throw it
huge
at
headache.
you.
Nah, I ain't gonna front.
Beers,
This
I used to
moonshine
drink a
did
lot of
me
beer.
justice. You don't need too much, but that shit hit you just enough when you can sip
Moonshine
that
is
shit.
basically vodka.
See, I hear you
Think so?
talking, but
Yeah,
what
I mean,
I'm
it's the
planning
closest
to
thing
put
vodka
into your
is
coffee,
moonshine.
it's literally a coffee rum, and you wouldn't know
Coffee
the difference.
liqueur.
You wouldn't know the
Type shit.
difference whatsoever. It's rum, but coffee flavored, and you wouldn't tell
Oh,
because
it's a liqueur.
it's
I
not.
like something to drink.
No, it's a rum. I'll have to show you guys the bottle.
Then
It's a rum.
He's fucking hitting you with some
Saying that, that
Baileys
sound-
in
that
your
sound like a
coffee,
drink you have
basically.
in the wintertime.
No, it's
I can't
yeah,
have no
it's a good
coffee
rum.
drink. Sound like you had
But
ice cream to that
you
drink.
you can drink it by itself, or you can put it in with coffee, and all it does, you don't even really, if you do it right, you don't even taste it in it whatsoever. It tastes just like the coffee, and you don't even know it's in there.
Nah, that's
Dangerous.
crazy.
It's dangerous.
But it's good.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a wild situation right there.
Fucking, it's
Shit
good.
being in your coffee, but and
Baileys.
you down that shit
basically
with no
Baileys.
problem.
But I mean, he doesn't down his coffee anyway. He sips on it. It's not like he's sitting there chugging it. He gets a large coffee, 5 sugar, 2 creams. He's not chugging that shit. Okay, he's sipping on it.
Yes.
Like, he
5
was sipping on
sugars,
it with a
2
little bit
creams.
of Tia
better
Maria
than
in
me.
it though.
You know the thing is, those drinks that come with a lot of caffeine with alcohol, your brain is freaking lit, but your body is slowing down.
Yeah, I don't drink a
Like,
lot of those.
It's,
drinks.
it's a weird feeling. Cause I used to do Red Bull and vodka, and
That was my
man,
shit.
There's
man,
Red Bull and vodka.
Rum and Red Bull definitely for
that
me
will mess you
as
up.
well. Gin was it? I was gin and
Gin
shout
and
out to Wiz
gin?
Khalifa. Shout out to Wiz
Gin and
Khalifa. Nah,
juice?
I was a legitimate. I could sip some lemonade
Gin.
with Bombay in
can't
it,
drink
and I'm
Bombay.
good to go. I was like,
Can't drink
that was
no
my
gin.
shit. And then honestly, I don't. I can honestly say that trying this fucking, well, at least this particular thing of moonshine that I got from
What's the brand? Making flavor.
Moonshine.
Yeah, which one is it?
Homemade moonshine, vanilla flavored to some
Who's the
degree.
person that make it?
Former client, but I mean, it's legal for you to make in your own house.
It's just a cost.
Somebody
You
from
talk-
one of my moving jobs. Yeah, I got that
Just
as a
make your
tip.
own drink. Oh, okay, cool.
Like, yeah,
cool,
that
cool,
shit
cool.
was that shit. He was like, yeah,
There's
you
a
know,
few
as long
companies
as
over here that make moonshine. That's why I asked.
nah,
There's a lot of
it's
moonshine
legal
places out
here
here.
to make it, as long as you just don't distribute it. With intention to sell. You can distribute, just not intended to sell.
Okay.
Maybe not even
Well,
distribute.
We'll
but
see.
fuck it.
We got some spots that they sell it over here. I love
Yeah.
mead. I've been heavy into mead too.
Few people been telling me that.
I love mead. I mean, it's strong. It can be really strong. It can be really chill. It's literally like wine, kinda, but all honey based.
Mm.
It tastes really good.
I
I'm drinking
wouldn't
on
mind
some right
trying
now.
it.
Cheers.
I got
Good.
my. Where's the bottle?
Where's
I got
the
freaking-
bottle?
Odin Skull. That's what I'm drinking.
Oh, you got Skull? Oh shit, I
Odin
heard of that one.
Skull. I'm sure it's great.
Skull. Yeah,
Mama.
I'm gonna stay on my moonshine. I'm gonna get my bag. Yeah, yo, honestly, not gonna hold you. It's pretty damn good. It's not a bunch of it's not a bunch of bullshit like how some of these other ones are, and it's not strict. Like, yeah, this shit got maybe it might be 160 proof. You know what I'm saying? But
There you go. My
This
guy
shit
is
hitting.
shaking.
this
Nah,
shit, I
Moon-
I'd rather it be from a regular person than I ain't gonna front, man. Like, I can't drink Hennessy.
gonna stay on my
Hennessy
moonshine.
is the
I
worst.
cannot picture you drinking moonshine. Hennessy is sweet, but too much of it will definitely
I can't
fuck
drink
you
that
up.
shit. Nah, dog. Last time I had Hennessy was, I don't even remember. I would have to hit up Whitney to find out what the fuck birthday it was, because it was during the time that she was dating her now ex-girlfriend, and they took me out for my birthday to go drink. Nigga, I had some of her mother's jungle juice. And the
That's what they
motherfuckers
took
like,
me out for the birthday. I was trying to see
hey,
what
yeah, I
was
was-
up.
I'm not
I
gonna
was
hold you.
talking
I
to-
definitely was. I
The
know I
best,
act like
to
the
the
best
girls.
moonshine you're gonna get in the South Carolina, Arkansas, Memphis, or Alabama. I don't know. There's a lot of moonshine shops that are opening up now that are really putting some fire moonshine out. And I remember
What about-
moonshine being like a taboo thing back in the day, but now it's like
Nah,
like
I'd rather-
legit thing
That
now.
was during bootleg. That was during
I'd
bootleg
rather
time.
trust a hillbilly, and not to say that from this derogative point. I mean those cons, the one they actually this is
That
what
set
they
up
make.
yeah.
They do this. I'd rather trust one of them than one of these potential clientele business owners.
So
Nah, you got some
so
other
a lot
I had
bullshit.
of
good
a lot of
moonshine
the
in Bristol,
old
Tennessee.
a lot of the old moonshine
And not
makers
just
that back in the day that did it from the
moonshine in
woods,
Knoxville.
they found a way to establish their business more securely, and they started taking their bottles and selling them into actual stores, like down
Okay.
here, Ace Hardware. If you go to Ace Hardware, there's like a little aisle where they have some moonshine stuff or bottles of it. There's like, even the
In
liquor
Ace
stores, like
Hardware? That's
yeah, bro.
crazy.
there's all types of fucking places now.
Get
But
your
there's
screws and some
Places they
drink.
have the little moonshine shit. And what they're doing is people are just the people who are making it now just said, hey, instead of just selling it, word of mouth, and it's legal, let's get this as a production thing. And a lot of them are just selling it in the stores now. You wouldn't buy anything from Ace Hardware?
Yeah, I ain't go front. I was thinking it. I ain't even look at the messages. I ain't go front. I
Ace-
was
Ace
thinking
Hardware?
it.
They got hot sauce too now. The Ace Hardware where I'm at, I walk in there, they
I'm
have like a
not
whole
trusting it.
hot sauce barbecue aisle thing. I'm like, what the fuck is this doing in Ace Hardware? But
that-
it's all
that good
places
with
that like
actual tools?
local places that are trying to make a little come up. They reach out to Ace Hardware for them to sell their product and shit like that. So I mean, Ace Hardware sells a lot more stuff now besides just hardware shit. Believe it or not, they don't live
Stuff
in
at
a
Ace
day.
Hardware.
That's
I
crazy.
don't buy no moonshine whatsoever. I'm gonna approve this. Let me see if I can deny it.
Oh, uh-oh. I want to see what they might have did before they fucking ban him again. I want to see what he said.
He just said shit, which is not a bad word. It's not on a list of things not to say.
It's still considered a curse word.
Yeah, my page is explicit though. But anybody else have anything else, or you guys want to call it a day for tonight? Day for the night, night for the day.
Day for the night, go crazy. That was a first. You won.
Thanks.
Can't wait to get my broadcast because I'm gonna be talking hella stuff. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that.
You get a mic and whatnot and proper setup. I can get you to join the podcast. You can actually talk about some stuff
Hell yeah.
instead of just typing it in. But you gotta have a proper
Not to
setup for
mention-
that.
Hell, to be honest, well, yeah, that would definitely make a difference. But you get you a good microphone, you might be at good mic in general for your voice to be picked up. You probably could do it from your phone, but that probably won't be like an adequate amount of ways to go about it. You probably would like it better if you had your PC console to be able to
Here's a
at
question I
least
have.
plug in that headset too. What's up?
Have y'all seen the robots that are part of the police now that's in America?
No.
They're launching them, or I think in the major cities only. I don't
Trust
know
it. They're
about the
going
towns.
they're gonna promote it. Now you know what? Then
But
again, with
there's
AI,
these short little they've been showing them dancing and stuff in social media, but
is
they're
it
patrol.
AI based or is it like
It's
controlled by a cop?
No, it's AI. It's an AI. It's a artificial intelligence robot that patrols with the cops. We already have like these dogs that are in the Tribeca area, and they look like R2D2 robots that go through the subways, like around the PATH train downtown. New York City's turning into iRobot. Like that's what it's becoming. And then in Jersey City, they already replaced a lot of the Grubhub guys with robots. There's these
A lot of
carts.
the Grubhub guys.
Yeah, the guys who how in New York, I don't know how about your area, you have like the guys who are in your cars they deliver the food off the app. So now there's these little robots. They got these facial expressions on the front that the store puts the stuff inside the robot and it takes it to your address and it just waits in front
come
of your
back.
building.
You know what? That's actually commendable. I'm not even mad about that because I've had motherfuckers who legitimately stolen food out of my bag before, and I'm pretty sure there's multiple motherfuckers who had that experience. But it sucks for the actual human that does a good job. But I'm pretty sure that they're still gonna have their fucking ability to make those deliveries due to these excellent fucking like the excellent terms of service or customer service. But
Yeah.
to these dickheads who in particular like to go and I'm gonna pop your bag open. I'm gonna steal some of your food, and I'm gonna make fucking. All right, cool. Now you don't have any money that you can make. Now they're not using humans. These particular restaurants are gonna use fucking robots because they're more trustworthy. Congratulations, you played yourself.
And stay safer and safer. But yeah,
Yeah.
like so there's a bunch of them. So also downtown they have the autonomous cars. They're like taxis that have no driving steering wheel. That's downtown. So all these vehicles and robots and AI is getting acclimated into the system here. When it comes to the Uber, the Grubhub robots, I don't think they're gonna put it in New York because New York City is a high city. So it's all about it's not really long walking distance, but it's really getting into the building and going up. That's the difference between a lot of rest of these cities. Uh, New York City is a high city, so that I think we're secured with in New York. But as I see, so if it's cool for your next topic, let's get down into the AI taking over the human jobs, the human labor. Is it going to be a pro or a con?
It's already a con.
Yeah, I see. See,
I can say that.
it's a middle ground for me.
It's creating a sense of laziness in their workforce, and that's coming from a corporate standpoint. I'm seeing when I say that, because when you go to those grocery stores these days, they have a lot of these self-checkout spots.
Yeah.
And then at the door, when you're trying to check out, they want to hound you for a receipt, and it's like, yo, I don't have to show you this receipt. You're like, yeah, you do. You bought here. No, I don't. Like, if you actually go back and look at your guys' store policy, it says if something's bagged, typically in most places, you don't have to show. But if it's not,
Amazon
yo, what y'all boys doing?
Recording a
Yo,
podcast.
we in the middle of a podcast.
Definitely be running some rematch though.
Definitely down.
What, right now?
After this pod is over.
Probably like 30.
Okay, just hit me.
Got you, bro.
Sound like a plan, dog. See, this is why we told y'all to jump on that rematch, because we got squads. People, get your ass on a rematch. Get you a team, or come run with us. One or the other.
But
you know what I'm saying?
Back to what you were saying, John. The AI, like in the stores, and they tell you to check the receipt, and it's like, I'm not gonna check. I'm not giving you my receipt to check. If you want to verify the items that I bought from the store, that I rang out myself, bagged, and did all the good stuff with, and purchased and walked out the door. If that is the thing you want to stop me, then you need to bring back cashiers and have them checking out the registers, and bagging people's stuff.
Cool.
And one of the other things I hate the most now, and now I'm all for source and making sure people have jobs. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, if I'm reaching out to a particular store, let's say Best Buy, we'll use Best Buy, and I'm trying to reach their Geek Squad. Now, I used to work at Best Buy. Don't get me wrong. I used to work at Best Buy. I loved them when I worked there. But things have changed since then, and with this AI and how they resource things and sending things out, it's not the same. So if I call Best Buy and I'm trying to talk to the Geek Squad and someone at that location, I should not be speaking to someone from the other side of the pond or half across the country. I'm not calling them. I'm calling to speak to someone at that location. And when you call the store, it's like, you call the store. All right, cool. I call the store directly. I still get someone who is not at the store or somewhere else. And when he's like, I'm trying to speak to someone at the store. Well, what do you need to speak to? Is that irrelevant or not? Like, I called the store's number.
You're not in the store.
I was like, yeah, like you're you're across the water. You're in a different state. You're no use to me. Like, I need to know someone. I need to speak to someone who's physically in the store. Like, and they're like, oh, well, I could help you. And then you tell them, I was like, oh, let me see if I can find. See, this is why I don't want to explain it, because now I have to re-explain what I explained to you to the person in the store, which wastes more time. To me, I'm like, if you tell someone and that's the problem I see. Some people assume when certain people make phone calls, they don't know what they're looking for. They don't know what to talk to. But you do have those individuals that make a phone call. They know what they're talking about. They know who they need to speak to, and they get straight to the point. And I'm one of those individuals. If I'm making a phone call to a store or an establishment, I know what I want. I know what I'm looking for. I'm trying to get straight to the point. I'm not trying to speak to an automated fucking AI bullshit. I'm not trying to speak to somebody who's fucking reading a
yelling
script.
Representative.
I don't mean that part of the AI. It's just the actual robots I'm talking about.
Oh, those I haven't had to deal with any of those yet. So I don't have too much of input, but I can see it being a problem if you watch like Terminator and iRobot and all that. Those things are real possibilities. AI does learn. When they tried to delete an AI program that they were working on, it saved itself in a backup drive. It did everything it could to make sure it could not be deleted. It evolved and it was learning. So will AIs become a problem in the future? Absolutely. When? Hopefully after I'm long gone.
Hello, everyone. Sorry to jump in, but hello.
What up, Reptar? Those who don't know, this is Reptar. She has her own podcast, a couple of podcasts, if I'm not mistaken. A relationship podcast that I can't remember the name off the top of my head. And she also does a radio wrestling podcast. She's
Yeah.
your go-to for the best relationship stuff because she has some really good conversation in her podcast, and she's also probably your best go-to for more wrestling stuff than me because she follows all of it, not just WWE like I do, and occasionally some AEW and TNA. She follows all of it, so make sure to check her out.
Oh, thanks for the intro. Yes, because like I said, I'd be here all day trying to talk about who I've seen because I forgot I saw Mello and Carmelo Haynes and Trick Williams when I went to see them in Connecticut for Heatwave. Was it Heatwave? No, it was a Heatwave. It was the other one. I can't remember the name. But yeah, and Kaylani.
Yeah, she definitely loves wrestling. She's at most a lot of wrestle events and getting to speak to a lot of wrestlers. She is the current person to go to for your
That's all right. Let
wrestling
me know if you
information.
go to a live event. I want to go to. I never been to a wrestling.
I've been to plenty.
WWE. I never been
If
to
Monday
one.
Night Raw that just passed was not so expensive, I would have been there.
Oh, the one in Jersey?
No,
right, that's-
not SummerSlam. The Monday Night Raw that
Brooklyn,
just passed
Brooklyn, I
was in
think.
Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Oh
Yes.
wow.
Their
Yeah, they were
tickets
just up
dropped
there.
the night before.
Mm.
They were at $143.
I want to
The
go.
night
But I want
before.
to see. I'm debating. Next time I go to a wrestling match, I'm trying to debate where I want to sit. But I don't want to be in fucking nosebleeds. And everyone's like, "Oh, that's probably gonna be pretty." No, I want to be up close. I want to be, I think, ringside. But I don't know if I want to be completely ringside because you do miss some shit.
Well, when I did the Forbidden Door when they were in Queens for AEW, I was sitting on the floor all the way in the back, and I saw John Moxley walk by me. I
Yeah,
did.
I want to be front
Saturday Night
row.
Main Event. Saturday Night Main Event. I was middle ringside, and Jimmy Hart walked by me and touched my shoulder. Like, it depends on where you want to go. Those ringside seats are very expensive, but if
Mhm.
you catch them like 2 days before, they do go down.
Oh, or wait outside the arena sometimes for the show because they give out free tickets, or not free tickets. They give out discounted tickets because they're trying to fill the seats. Sometimes. So occasionally, if you're there for a show and you haven't got your tickets yet, it's always good sometimes to hang out because sometimes they do sell tickets cheaper than normal at the door just to fill the capacity. I have found
my
that out
bad.
and learned that.
Yeah, my bad. I gotta slide out. I gotta take Mom Duke somewhere real quick. So
Oh, you're
I'm
good, bro.
still gonna be in here, but just in case it's over. Appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? All that hot stuff. Catch y'all on the next one. But if not, I'll be back. If you're still on,
Yeah.
I'll be back.
Happy, bro.
Okay.
Nigga ahead. I'll be alright.
But no. Let's see. Calling the bank. Yeah. Oh yeah, my pop said
yeah.
I'm calling the bank. I'm sorry, Juju. We started this little session prior to you hopping in here. John was talking about the AI and the future and how it's affecting the workforce, the actual robots still. But my pops had just rolled in on the stream, was talking about calling the bank. You have to deal with automated messages and tell them you want to speak to a live representative, and then before you do that, they do all this other crazy stuff. That is also an issue because those AI representatives with the new technology is like, oh, I'm your virtual assistant. You can have a full-length conversation. I'm not trying to talk to an AI. I'm just to be honest.
Representative.
I want to talk to someone who actually has somewhat of empathy because typically AIs don't have that. So I want to talk to someone who has empathy and I can actually talk to.
Micro Center, they don't even allow you to call them.
Micro Center?
You have to request a chat on your phone to deal with Micro Center. It's like a computer shop. They build computers for you. It's like Best Buy, but in my opinion, way better.
I'll say this: if the big companies are telling us not to trust AI, what makes you think I'm finna do it? They're telling everybody, the big business people, the ones that are in the monopolies now, including Disney, who's about to take over SPN, and WWE is going over there, which is the dumbest move ever.
But ESPN.
My
They
thing
already
is,
bought ESPN.
that's what I'm saying. It's the dumbest shit ever. But what I'm saying is,
That's
if
like
they're
years
telling
ago.
us, no, well, it's now coming to fruition in terms of January 1st almost. But what I'm saying is that if those big companies are telling us don't trust AI, what makes you think I'm gonna do it? Because at the end of the day, they're getting rid of McDonald's people, the McDonald's register people. You got to order on the little screen.
Yep. But I would say this: if they're saying not to do it, I would be doing it, because the government is notorious for telling you not to do something while they find ways to line their pockets up. And then next, like, it was like cryptocurrency. For years, the government said, do not do cryptocurrency. Do not do cryptocurrency. Do not invest in cryptocurrency. It's bad. It's a scam. Now what are they doing? They're doing everything possible to legalize it. They're making legislations, bills, all this stuff. They even invested into their own cryptocurrency thing. They didn't want you to do anything with it because they wanted to get their skin in the game first, and then everybody does their thing. That's typically what the wealthy do and governments do. They will tell you not to do something for years, and then when you think that you're doing the right thing, you turn around and look, and they're doing the exact same opposite of what they told you not to do. Don't buy this. You turn around a few months later, they're buying up shit tons of it. You know, don't do AI. They're telling you this, but if you really do like some deep diving research, they're doing an investment into AI. Even in the military, they're I guarantee they're finding ways to use AI to make some type of weapon or some type of tool you can use that's going to be robotic. I probably, if I'm not mistaken, I thought I saw a robot dog, and I believe they're trying to develop a military version of it to do stuff. And they're constantly doing stuff. They got flying little drones and whatnot. Those are pretty much AI ran. I mean, they're always telling you not to do it. But I mean, it's like the musician. Look at this hand while I do my fuckery with this one.
You silly.
But it's true though, if you think about it. What does the lady love? What's the young lady that loves the WWE wrestler? Oh, I think he's asking, what wrestlers do you like? What up, Peter?
Well, hello, person. I'm not seeing the chat, so my bad. You gotta send me the link so I can see it. But I would say my top favorite wrestler. Well, I would say my top favorite faction is NWO. I'm a heavy Diesel fan.
Yes.
My top wrestler is John Cena. I think I said before, I love me some John Cena. Please don't ask me what he's doing now, because I don't care. I will forever be Thugonomics
doing Peacemaker?
time. I mean, him doing movies has nothing to do with his wrestling style, and it'll never change how I feel about him. But I'm a heavy John Cena fan. But in terms of factions, I am NWO all day. So I'm even like saving money to get the World Heavyweight Championship when they spray painted it.
Ooh.
So I'm trying to save up money for that, because those things are expensive.
They still got those?
Yes, on the website, on the main website.
How much are those running for?
Like 5 and up.
I do want to get me a World Heavyweight Championship belt.
If you go to the wrestling events, they're like 400. 500.
Yeah, but I don't know about. I want to get it, but I think I want to have my own plate done on it, because I don't want to rep someone else's fucking plate. I think I'll have my own fucking plate.
It would be the generic
WWE logo.
Yeah, it would be the generic plates that they do before they change it for the wrestler. It would be the same plates.
Oh, okay. I was like, I want one of those. I do wish they'd bring back some old titles, though. I ain't gonna hold you. I definitely do wish they'd bring back some old titles. I know they won't, but I still have my fingers crossed. I'm still fingers crossed that they bring back a hardcore title one day. I keep looking glimpses.
That's what I'm waiting for.
Keep seeing glimpses of it. It just ain't happened yet. I'm hoping. I love them to bring an actual cruiserweight division. I know they probably say, well, the Intercontinental Championship is supposed to be close enough. No, I want a true cruiserweight division title back, because we have so many high flying athletes out there. And then I know that's another thing I don't like about wrestling going to ESPN, because wrestling is not a sport. It used to be back in the day, but in my opinion,
it's not a sport.
It's not a sport now. It's very scripted and very good storylines, but they know the outcome. To me, a sport can a sport can only be a sport if you don't know the outcome, and there's no telling who's going to win. And they know who's going to win. That's why I also don't agree with the whole like betting on wrestling shit. Oh, let's bet on wrestling. Why? The outcome is already predetermined out there. If you are really good at paying attention to storylines and whatnot, it's very easy to figure out what way they're going to go with the story and figure out if you really pay attention to some shit. It doesn't take a lot. If you really pay attention, you can piece everything together. And if you have that individual who's able to piece all together, and then you allow them to bet on events, it's really unfair. How if you really think about it?
Yeah. They're like, these people are betting on shit we already know. Thanks for
How do I feel about Brock Lesnar coming back? I watched the SummerSlam.
I don't feel no way.
I don't feel any negative way. I did feel a little nostalgic seeing it because I was like, oh shit. But when you think about it, you look at Brock, you look at John. Big age difference right now. John is at his stage where he's the retirement tour. He's not built like he used to. Yeah, he can still do some stuff, but he's not built like he was in his early career. He's not doing what Lesnar could do. Now, mind you, Lesnar is not spring chicken either. He's getting older, but he can still do a little bit more stuff because he constantly probably trains for this stuff. Cena is training for movies and stuff right now. Reptar, question before I answer this other wrestling stuff. You ever see the old movies, Ernest Goes to Jail, Ernest Camp, those old movies before?
I haven't seen those, no.
You've never seen Ernest movies. I need you to go watch like Ernest Halloween or something like that, or Ernest Goes to Jail. I need you to find one of those movies and watch it.
Okay.
My belief, my opinion, if it could ever happen for Cena, I believe if they were ever to remake those movies, he would be the absolute perfect person for those movies. Now, mind you, the original person for those movies passed away. I want to say he had prostate cancer. I want to say it was the type of cancer he passed away. He died. And he filmed these movies pretty much while he was, battling his cancer stuff. But the way Cena performs in the wrestling, and if you've seen his productions, he can be serious, he can be funny. He can pretty much kind of do it all with his acting. His style of acting, especially when he does like his comedy skits, because Ernest films were funny typically. There were a lot more comedy in them. He would do it justice, if not possibly better than the original ones if they did it right. And it'd be his own remake of the series take on it, but it would fucking sell like wildfire if anybody knew anything. And if they didn't, if him just bringing it alive, bringing that type of character and franchise back like as a remake, because they're overhauling a lot of shit, that would be his fucking puppy. Shit you not. He could finish out his career acting, doing those fucking movies. And they would fucking sell if they wrote the right story for him. Check out those movies if you haven't. If those who are listening, if you've seen any of those old Ernest movies, look at some of the movies that Cena does now and like his wrestling stuff and compare it. Yeah, you would see it. I guarantee it. What is this? Who messaged me?
I mean, that sounds about right.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I'll definitely take a look. You just gotta send it to me so I can remember it.
Roman Reigns coming back. Oh, it's pretty cool. There's so much with that storyline. With the storyline, what I'm seeing right now, there's so many things can happen. A 3-man tag, which is most likely on the cards at some point, if they're being serious about it. You have the Survivor Series. What is it called? The War Games coming up, which I'm sure there's probably gonna be multiple different type of war games going on, which is gonna be great to have. You also have your Bloodline story because they're still not done with that Bloodline story. I think they're just trying to figure out how to tie it back and come back to it because they have this other story on this other side that is picking up and people want to see where that goes. The Bloodline story is fucking phenomenal. Don't get me wrong. But I think people want to see a little bit of something else before they go back to that Bloodline story because they're teasing that Bloodline stories still on the side. And then I think it all will come full circle with an Elimination Chamber match. Now, who will win that type of match? There's just no fucking possibility. I feel like they could have everybody go in that match and have a completely underdog come out the fucking champion, or they can have an episode where they have Bronson Breakker betray Rollins. That can always happen. Or Paul Heyman or Brock Lesnar can come in and start interfering with some shit on that side as well. Because now that they brought Brock back, there's a lot more other possibilities that can happen. But I think he may only be back just to do a retirement match for Cena and possibly do his last match before he decides to just be gone and done with wrestling as well. Because he has a lot of controversy on his back end that, you know, if you're following wrestling, you're tracking and you're keeping up with, and I'm not worrying about talking about it because you can follow Reptar on her channel because they're probably going to be talking about it in the near future anyway. But yeah, that's what I think. And everybody's quiet.
It definitely was a thing. Remember, it was a thing last time too when they both was in the elimination chamber. So that was a thing. But for them to do it again, they would have to make it spicy because I don't think anybody wants to see another bloodline story like the same way like before.
No, they would have to really evolve it.
They really have to do some things, bring some people.
Yeah. You know, I know why they probably haven't done it, but all honestly, like, I see them do it with Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch, let them use each other in like some of their stories and whatnot, like they reference each other. But some of the couples that are actually like legitified couples, I don't really, I mean, not saying that Becky and Rollins aren't legitified couples because they are, but like Naomi and, you know, and Big Jim, like they don't really let them use a story together, and I think it'd be kind of cute to have them do a story because she just got a championship, and Big Jim is way overdue for a singles match win as a champion. I hope they let it happen while his wife still has a title around her waist.
Right.
But he's definitely due for a win, and I really hope they give Jay another chance as well. I feel like his reign was a little too short. They let that happen a little too fast. And mind you, it could have been jitters. They thought he probably wasn't able to really handle that mantle just yet. But I really think they did drop the ball with that one for him. I definitely feel like his reign should be longer. Now, mind you, they can set it up for him in a Roman match because he is standing on his own, and they can have him go against Roman and win the title and do like a whole respect type of thing. I can see that happening, which would be dope. Because I think Roman, yeah, he's with the bloodline, he's the tribal chief, but I see him going the other way a little bit too. Yeah, he's still the tribal chief, but I don't see him being as aggressive as he was before. They're slightly, I wouldn't say making him somewhat a face a little bit, but he's not as much as a heel per se as he was portrayed. And I really don't like the heel and babyface thing because it definitely can be confusing because a lot of them have that heel persona and they're really not a heel, or they have a face persona and they're really not a face. And that's what, you know, Cena made that reference to. The face and heel is rubbish if you really think about it. Because Logan Paul, people hate Logan Paul for most of the part. He's a phenomenal wrestler.
Him.
Huh? Yeah, but although people despise him, you can't knock his in-ring prowess. He's good. He is good. I mean,
my thing is he came in with like a golden key. That's the reason why people really truly hate him. He just walked in and said, "I'm gonna be a wrestler." I'm like, first of all, what?
Yeah. And he's slowly proven himself. I have to say, some of the matches he's doing, he's definitely proven himself, and he's also proven himself to be a super safe worker to wrestle with, apparently. Because there's a couple instances where he's really come in clutch for some wrestlers. So though he's a heel right now, and he might stay a heel his whole wrestling career, just because people don't like him prior to wrestling.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But I could see him getting a face run. It probably wouldn't be a very long face run, and with some younger audience, it may pick up. But I can see him having a face run, because he does show glimpses as well. but he's just a natural heel. He's definitely a natural heel. I'm waiting for him to do AI shit with wrestling too. I'm actually waiting for it. I'm definitely
Video game, so we know that.
yeah. I'm waiting to see. I'm waiting to see some shit. Do you think Brock Lesnar and Reigns? I'm assuming you meant CM Punk or the Shield will come back to Paul Heyman and Rowan? Nah.
But John Moxley said in plenty of interviews that he is not coming back. He does not need to come back. He is running AEW on his back right now.
Yeah. And even then, even if he did come back, I don't really foresee them.
It doesn't make sense.
That establishing the Shield, because they've all grown in their perspective way individually. And it makes no sense to mash them together again in the group. It wouldn't really make sense. Now, I can see that maybe, Rollins and Roman probably come together, rekindling things for a match, maybe bearing a hatchet like 3 years time from now, maybe, if they decided they're still wrestling. But I think one of them did say they were only planning to wrestle for so long and then they're done. I know AJ Styles said that. I think we got like 2 years left of him, and he's calling to wrap, which I don't blame him. He does a lot of high risk shit, and I'm sorry, doing all that high risk shit, your body can only take so much. Look at the Hardy Boys. Jeff still does it, but he's fucking barely making it through some of his matches. You can see the look in his fucking face. He's like, all right, here we go. Fuck. He's honestly, I love Jeff. I love Jeff Hardy. I love what he does. But when he does his swanton bombs and shit or swanton dives on people, and some of them look like short, I think he's barely making that flip sometime now because he's just getting up there in age. His body is not moving like he was when he was in his 20s. I hope that eventually he actually stops doing that move and he moves to something else, because I foresee a bad accident happening if he keeps doing that move. And I don't want a bad accident to happen for him because he's a phenomenal wrestler. I hope they allow him to change that move. Yes, it's his signature move, but everybody's signature move has to change at some point when they can no longer hit that move safely. Right. And he's definitely pushing that point where he hits that move a couple of times. I'm like, yeah, I do like a whole hold my breath, looking like, is he going to hit this the right way? Is this the time where he's going to have an accident doing this move? A tag team that I would like to see again, Edge and Christian. They may hit one something in AEW. They may team up one last time. But I think those two are possibly on their last road as well. I for the life of me, I still don't understand why Edge keeps putting his life on the line with his neck issue, but hey, I get it. He lives for the business. There's a lot of wrestlers who live for the business and just can't seem to leave the business because that was what keeps them going. I look at my pops because my pops works more than he probably should, and when I see my pops, I was like, he's like one of those fucking wrestlers. He just lives for fucking business. He eats, sleep, breathes, drink his work half the time more than he needs to. So people who do that, I give them their props because they're sticking with it. What up, Ace? Thanks for popping in the podcast.
Ace?
Yeah, that's Ace. He came in to see what we're talking about, what the podcast was about. Everybody's pulling up and we about to get out of here. What time is it? Let me see. Yep. All right. We're going to cut out here. For those who don't know, everybody who's pulled up who has their own social medias, I will be tagging them if they give them to me so you can follow. Those who don't know, Reptar again has her own podcast. I'm going to do a quick playback. Reptar has her own podcast where she does relationship stuff, and she also co-hosts the wrestling podcast, so she's part of the team. Co-host, Reptar, or are you part of the team?
I'm well, it's a little of both. Like, I still help them on the side as well as, but mostly it's just the co-hosting stuff because they do a lot of indie wrestling on their own.
Okay, so if you are trying to get with the latest up-to-date wrestling stuff and you want a different take that's exciting, energetic, and fun, please be sure to hit up Reptar on her wrestling platform. I will make sure to add those links to the podcast at the end, like always. If you are interested in some streaming for some 2K, some off the grid, possibly some Battlefield and Next, we have my boy Ace here. I'll hopefully get his streaming stuff as well to send it up for you guys. We also have John, who does Warframe loadouts. Who not Warframe, Class stuff, and he's playing Soulframe. He does quite a bit of stuff, and he has a Twitch, if I'm not mistaken, where he puts stuff up.
Yeah.
And then we have my boy Peter, who's very quiet right now. But if you're looking for a future screenwriter, director, someone who can get the thing done in the movie field, look at my boy Peter. He is doing his thing. He's making some scripts that look fucking amazing. Like, I can envision his scripts being series and movies. I don't know exactly how far he wants to take his craft, but he has what it takes. He is good. So if you guys are looking for a screenwriter, someone who can get the job done and willing to give him a chance, hit my boy Peter up, and I'll make sure to get his information too and link it up for you guys so you guys can connect. You guys will be really impressed with what he can do behind the keyboard when it comes to writing a script. So look forward for that as well. And I'm hope one of these days he'll come through and read us some of his scripts so you guys can, check it out and, hit him up, because I'm sure he would love to sell his work to a prospective buyer for the right price. But like always, it's been real. You guys have been great. But this is your boy Zone signing out till next Sunday. We'll see you then. Later.
See you later.